Wait a second, I'm trying to fix it. There we go. All right, we are live on Tube. My apologies. My apologies. We are live on the Tube. All right, it looks like we have our first guest. Let's get the show on the road. Guys, continue to double tap that screen. Share out the live with your friends and family as well. Repost, add to your story. Thank you, Charmin, for the finger hearts. Let's knock out those gift goals to get us boosted out on the FYP and get everything started. This guy comes in here and just spams. He'll never get in the request, though. These chickens. Weird thoughts. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
Do you regret your vote?
No, hell no.
Cool. I think you should regret your vote because Donald Trump has enabled many individuals in his administration to continue to not provide justice to Epstein's victims, specifically because he's one of the people that are alleged to have raped them as well. A federal judge ruled that Todd Blanche had to explain today why some of the files were redacted, because they were not related to any pending investigations or the names of the victims. And as of 4:28 p.m. CST, he has not answered a single thing.
Okay. He doesn't have time to respond. Does he check his emails? Do they call him directly?
Yeah, I don't think that's how court orders work. It's not an email that they send out. Please don't be obtuse.
Did he get served?
Please don't be obtuse.
Did he get served?
How do you think court orders work? Do you think they just post it on social media and hope you find it?
The court issue an order and they send it to you. You have a certain amount of time legally to respond.
Yeah. He had quite some time. He's had literally over a week.
Okay, hold on. Let me look up what standard operating procedure is. 1 second.
So the new cop-out, according to Weird Thoughts here, is that the standard operating procedure could be wiggle room for Todd Blanche not to comply with a federal court order, which, if anything, would just give an example of the gross level of incompetence that he would have.
About 10 to 30 days to reply to a court order. 10 to 30 days on average.
Okay.
So is he within that window?
Yeah.
Okay. You said it was like a week ago we got it, right?
Yeah, roughly.
So shit, he hasn't even crossed that minimum 10-day threshold.
July the 2nd.
Shit.
The order was today.
Wow.
That's what happens with court orders.
Okay, so usually they get like 10 as a minimum and then 30 as a maximum. So he hasn't even reached the 10.
You don't know if he's reached the 10th.
No, you literally said it's been 7 days.
I said roughly,
Like
yes.
the 10 is the minimum, 30 is the maximum, usually.
Yeah. I would say you would comply with the order as soon as you possibly can, unless you can provide a reason as to why you didn't, which he has not done.
You'd have to ask him, dude. I'm not him.
At all. He hasn't answered it at all. There's nothing to ask.
Explain.
He is violating a federal
explain.
court order. What the hell is blanche-splaining? Blanche-splaining would be continuing to not protect.
You're answering on his behalf, and he's not allowed to. Yeah.
I'm not answering on his behalf. I'm answering from what he has not done.
Okay, and he still has legal permitted time.
His legal permitted time would have expired on the date that the federal court ordered him to have some explanation.
You said it was 7 days.
He had to release it or explain why. At minimum, an explanation could have been given to give him additional time.
The court order stipulates a time range. What is the time range of the court order? I haven't read it.
What
court order? The one that you said that he got.
No, I'm saying what degree of court order that did you just look up? That's 10 to 30 days.
Standard procedure.
Standard procedure for what court?
All types of different courts.
All types of different
10 to 30
courts.
days.
So we're talking about a federal court order. You gave me a rough window of when he was supposed to comply with it. You would have to know the specific order before you just look up a quick AI overview that says 10 to 30 days.
What was the time? What was the time range designated on the court order?
My guy, I'm about to find it.
Oh, you don't know because you're a fucking idiot. I know. I get it.
I know it's been a week. I know it's been a week.
Did you read a headline?
I know it's been a week.
Did it make you mad?
No, I didn't read a headline.
Did it make you mad?
It's been a week at minimum. Todd Blanche, federal. I'll get you the date, my guy.
We're going to learn together. Look at me making you learn.
Look at me making you learn. I don't need to learn. I literally said it's been at least a week.
No, you literally didn't know the designated time range.
I literally did.
You're citing.
You literally said what I said back. I told you it's at least been a week. You repeated it back to me, so you know that I said it.
And is there a designated time range on the court order to respond?
Yes, July the 2nd. I told you July the 2nd. That was the order.
You didn't know it.
I literally said today the time expired. How did I not know it if I literally said it expired today?
You said he said it's been 7 days since he got it.
It's been at least 7 days since he got it. That's literally what I said. The time range is the time that the court gave him to do. And it has been at least 7 days. Are you listening?
Okay, read it. Read it for everyone. You got it up.
Oh my goodness. Continue to double tap
Oh,
the
you
screen,
gotta
share the
Google
live with your
again.
friends and family. I'm looking for the exact
You have
date.
the court order up and you
so I
have
can
Google
give you the
again.
exact time frame. I said it's been at least a week. I'm literally
Were
about
you
to give
using
you the
AI
exact date.
overview?
No.
Yeah.
What?
You accused me of.
What?
No, just focus. Focus, Junior. We'll get there.
What's the date today?
Today is the 2nd.
2nd of July. The court order was ordered last Thursday. It's been a week. Literally what I said.
Okay, what does the court order say is the designated parameters to reply?
July the 2nd. Emmett Sullivan
you asked me
gave the
what day it
government
was.
until July the 2nd to comply.
Okay, is it the end of the federal business day right now?
What?
I mean, it's 4:38 p.m. Central. So it's getting close.
It's getting very close. That's correct. He has not responded up to now. He's gave no indicator whatsoever that he will, despite the fact that he was applauding a general earlier, him and what's his name, as of 8 hours ago.
Is the federal judge going to notify you? Is the federal judge going to notify you when they get a response? Or is it going to go through media?
Me?
Yeah.
We will know that he responded when he gives a response and is reported on in the media.
Okay.
The same way that this order was immediately
how long does it usually take?
Immediately given out to the media. What do you mean how long does it usually take? How long does it take for the media to report on behalf of the information, or Todd Blanche, the individual supposed to respond to make a statement? Within 30 minutes to an hour maximum.
Okay, so let's wait.
These will be things that's heavily watched by the people reporting on the matter. No different from when this order came out. And it almost instantaneously was released to the media. I literally have the date here. The same way his response would have been put out.
Hold on. Let me look and see if they responded yet.
Yeah, I already did. But please, by all means, go ahead and dance around this some more.
Okay. Oh, I'm not dancing around it.
The really hysterical part about this conversation, no, I literally told you exactly what it was, and you had to learn this today. The really funny part about this entire conversation doesn't change the fact that Donald Trump is still 194 days overdue when he signed the Epstein Transparency Act. He is 194 days overdue from releasing the files. That's the crazy part.
Okay, you guys didn't release it for 4 years, and you're licking the boots of the ones who didn't release it.
982 pages were released under Biden in January of 2024. The rest was under pending litigation, specifically because of Ghislaine Maxwell. Congress was able to pass a bill into law to unrelease the remainder of the files, and that's why Donald Trump was even capable of signing it into law. Nice try, though.
Oh, nice try.
January of 2020.
It's a shame they didn't release all those victims that felt comfortable under Trump.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I just need you to respond to what you just looked up. Did he respond yet?
Oh, no, media hasn't reported on it. Politico hasn't an article 6 hours ago.
So he is overdue.
No, the media hasn't reported on it yet, dumbass. I said
they will when he
does. So we're waiting.
He is literally overdue. Today was the deadline.
According to you not being informed, probably.
According to me not being informed. What am I not informed on? The fact that Donald Trump has not responded on the date he was responsible to do so? Sir, you just found out about this when you came up here today.
Just recently.
There is no article. He has not responded. That's literally what I'm saying.
I know. When was the last updated article?
Are you tracking this conversation at all? Are you understanding the fact that if there is no media reporting of it, it has not happened? Not that the media is late. They're literally on top of this story.
It could be that the federal judge got a response and they haven't relayed it to the media yet, and that takes time.
No, it doesn't take time. Those orders comes out immediately. No. Can you give me an example? Can you give me an example of a federal court order that was complied with and it took 7 to 10 business days for them to release it to the public? Can you give me an example of that, please?
Oh, yeah, you guys holding the Epstein files, protecting child fuckers for 4 years.
No,
you can talk about
that's not how that worked. Once again, can you give me an example of a federal court order that took 7 to 10 business days, but I don't care how many days, that took over 24 hours to be released to the media?
Fact still matters, lying. I didn't get him clapped. That pussy shut his live down.
Shut up. I need you to answer my question. Don't worry about the comments. You're running. You're running. You're literally running. Can you give me an example
I'm not running.
of when a court order took over 24 hours to be released to the media.
That's pretty specific. Can you give me one that it was 30 days?
No, there are none.
Okay, I can't either. So why are you asking shit of me? You can't.
So then you are literally sitting in a hypothetical. You're literally sitting in a hypothetical to explain away. No, I'm literally not. I understand how court orders work. You clearly don't. Todd Blanche was responsible for responding today, and then you want to make the excuse of end of business day, blah, 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 so on and so forth. You tried to cop out by saying, well, maybe it hasn't been reported to the media yet. That's not how federal court orders work, especially with the Associated Press and other media outlets that are watching these cases closely. It comes out within the hour. You said maybe it just hasn't been released yet. Then I asked you to give me an example of when that was released. I asked you to give me an example of when one was released after 24 hours, and you said you can't. So the fact that you can't, is clearly showing that you're embarrassed. I'm the one who's losing in this conversation. You're literally making up how court orders work to justify the fact that Todd Blanche is a literal fucking pedophile protector. But I'm the one who's losing in this conversation. That's cute. That's cute.
No, we're not marching for illegal rapists.
Like Jimmy, did you vote for Donald Trump? Jimmy, did you vote for Donald Trump? Jimmy, did you mean to request up, and are you aware of the fact that you're on a panel? Guess not. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. That was crazy. I've heard a lot of different spins on... court orders and how these... That's a new one to me. It hasn't been reported on the media yet. That could take up to 24 hours. We can find out tomorrow, Friday, when most government buildings will not be open, right? Because of the holidays. That's when he complied with the... Yeah, sure. Sure, buddy. Sure, buddy. I wish you guys had all this energy, the way you defend pedophile protectors. I wish you guys gave the exact same energy to children in the United States. I wish you guys gave the exact same energy to homeless people. I wish you guys had the exact same energy for veterans. Because this is rough. This is rough for y'all. Anyways, Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Boxy, did you vote for Trump?
Hello?
Boxy, did you vote for Trump?
No, but I'm a Trump supporter.
No, but you're a Trump supporter. Okay. Why is that?
Because I think that he has done a lot of things for our country, and I think he makes our country a better place, and the crime rate is kind of lower. Yeah.
What do you think Donald Trump does good for the country?
I think that he done a lot of good things for our country, because if you check out, like in America, the crime rate is less, and since he put up ICE, and I'm glad that he introduced ICE, because
Donald Trump didn't introduce ICE. ICE has been in existence since 2003. However, he has weaponized it for the unjust murders of American civilians and violating due process for hundreds of thousands of migrants, legal or undocumented, and American citizens alike. W's in the chat to Dean for the $1 Venmo. Don't bother with this weird guy. He plays this game everywhere and never actually responds to anything. Once he came up, I remembered who he was. The reason why he disappeared off the platform, I just blocked him. I'm losing, and she ran. I'm losing patience with the wannabe debaters, the people who really just come up to slur and get your live flagged. They actually don't care to engage with anything. I'm just not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. I think it's this new blend of ashwagandha. It's it's making things clear for me. W's in chat to you, Dean. Thank you so much for your dono. Guys, best way to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. If you're over on the tube side, links in the description of the live stream, and you may send a super chat, super sticker, or becoming a member. Speaking of memberships, thank you so much, Phoenix, for sending out one membership to... Who got it? S. Ogden. W's in the chat to you. Congratulations, you DEI member. I appreciate you. I appreciate your perks. Please make sure you're checking them all out. A foreigner who's defending ICE? I mean, she could have been here in the United States. I don't know. I didn't check her bio or anything of that nature. Just because we hear an accent, guys, doesn't mean they're not American. Please don't be MAGA. If you saw something on her profile that I did not, that's fine. But just because they have an accent doesn't mean they're not American. It's dangerous. If we say stuff like that, we are aligning ourselves with the Supreme Court ruling that allowed racial profiling based off of those factors, which is insane. We got to be careful. We got to be careful with our rhetoric there. Have to be careful with our rhetoric there. What are we looking for here? Oh, shit, you watched my life for 400 minutes. W to you and 100 for you. Appreciate all my supporters. I appreciate every last one of you. So yeah, literally, and I've had this on refresh. So I have some of my platforms set up, some of my outlets set up to notify me of instant things. So woke up this morning, saw nothing. Googled it myself, saw nothing. Do you actually support Trump? Are you actually joking? I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna be nice today, guys. I'm gonna be nice today. I'm gonna be nice today, I promise. I'm gonna be nice today. That's a promise. Pay, did you vote for Trump?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Trump supporters only. Trump supporters only. Request up in the box. If you are not a Trump supporter, stay out of the request. You are not the demographic of people I like to have a conversation with. If you want to say hi or whatever, there's a comment section. Of course, links in the bio for a specific message you may want to send and bring me attention to. Better yet, if you're in the Discord. I see all the messages in the Discord. I don't respond to all the messages in the Discord, but I see all the messages in the Discord. Speaking of, we are having a movie night tomorrow. Tomorrow night after the live at 7 p.m. CST, based off of what most people voted for in the Discord. We're having a movie night. We're going to be watching The Menu, starring Nicholas Hoult, Anna Taylor-Joy, and I don't remember the name of the other guy. So if you are in the Discord, look out for that. We're going to have that movie night after the live tomorrow. And if you're not in the Discord, consider joining. Link in the bio or link in the description of the live stream. Look for the Discord icon. Blairam, did you vote for Trump?
Of course.
And do you regret your vote?
No.
I think you should regret your vote because the Supreme Court affirmed that Donald Trump had to pay E. Jean Carroll $5 million when he was held civilly liable for her sexual abuse. And they affirmed it by not even taking up the case
sued
altogether.
For perjury right now?
What now?
Because she lied or something?
I mean, the Trump administration has been trying to countersue, but again, that
she
lawsuit
said nobody
in
paid her
2023...
to... Wait, she said...
Her 2023 civil liability for sexual assault case is not being appealed.
She was paid to
and his financial liability is still necessary.
Do you usually talk over people like this, or what's the problem?
Yeah, when you guys keep lying. Would you like to give me this example of
what did I lie?
saying whatever she said?
What did I say that was a lie?
You said she admitted that she was paid. Do you have evidence of this?
She didn't admit that she was paid. She was found. Like, she lied.
Sure. Go ahead. Give me the evidence. She didn't
say it herself. I don't know.
Go ahead.
Maybe
give me the evidence.
I don't know.
No problem. Give me the evidence.
Well, dude, you asked me, do I regret my vote?
No.
And I'm going to explain to you why I don't.
You said no.
You're bald.
You said no. I'm aware, clearly. I'm glad you're aware of it. You said no.
You're bald.
I said you should regret your vote for this reason. You said she was found to have been lying or admitted to being paid paid to lie on Donald Trump. That's what you said. So what I need you to do is substantiate it. Okay?
She lied that she got paid.
Sure. Prove it.
No, she lied.
I know. Just prove it. I just need you to prove it. I don't need your rambling.
She didn't get paid.
I don't need your rambling. I just need you to prove it.
She lied that
I don't need your rambling. I just need
you misrepresented me there. Can you
She lied that she didn't get paid, which would imply that she got paid, correct?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. So prove it. Thank you. Please and thank you. W's in the chat to Phoenix for the $5 super chat. What kind of ashwagandha are you using? So I have Force Factor. I got the amazing ashwa. There's another blend. It's like ashwagandha and super thing, and that's like a 600 or 700 milligrams. This one's 1400. 800 of it is the KSM 66, and the next 400, if I'm not mistaken, is the regular kind. Oh, excuse me. 800 of it is KS66 and KSM 66, 600, excuse me, and the rest is 800. And it's been working wonders so far, bro. It's been working wonders so far. I love it. There's much stronger ones, but I decided to try that one first.
Okay, cool story, bro. Reporting and court filings show that a nonprofit backed by billionaire Reid Hoffman helped cover some of Carol's legal fees and litigation expenses. Carol herself initially testified that no one else who was paying her legal fees, but later disclosures revealed that this funding existed. So now she's getting sued for perjury.
Okay.
And
So got you. So your claim is someone helped cover legal fees, so that implies that she was financially compensated to lie on Donald Trump, right?
why did she have to lie, though?
It's a yes or no
tell me?
question. It's a yes or no question.
Well, what
Is your
question?
claim that the financial assistance that other individuals who supported her cause gave her was an incentive to lie on Donald Trump about him raping her? Is that your claim?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Can you tell me?
I need you to substantiate
You asked your question.
how someone helping you out with your legal fees is a financial incentive to lie.
Hey, Baldy.
I don't know
Baldy, why
why
did she
my
lie?
bald head is bothering you so much. Does this give you
This
negative
is fucking
feelings?
gross. I'm not gonna lie.
Does
Okay,
this give
can
you
like-
negative feelings about yourself?
Oh,
This-
bro, that
this-
shit
this-
would hit
this-
hard
this-
in high
this-
school.
Is this making you feel a certain kind of way? Is that
I just threw up in my mouth.
that bugging you?
I just threw up in my mouth, dude.
Maybe I should touch it like this.
How often do you shave it?
How does this make?
How often do you shave it?
How does this make you feel, Blair?
How often do you shave it?
How does this make you feel? Maybe if I use 2 fingers, how does this make you feel?
Oh yeah, bro, I threw up in my mouth yet again.
Oh.
Is this how you run away from conversations?
No, you're not addressing anything, so no.
Okay, Baldy.
Mm-hmm.
So like, why did she lie? Why did she say no one was helping her pay?
She didn't. You didn't prove that.
Carol herself initially testified that no one else was paying her legal fees, but later disclosure revealed
So you'd have to
that
give
this
me the
funding
date.
existed.
You'd have to give me the date of that initial testimony, and then correlate it with the date that she would have been able to have been assisted with her legal fees. No Rads. Oh, excuse me. Amanda informed. I just saw you in the request. If you meant to request, come back.
Hey, bro. Like, by the way, you forced me into this topic.
I didn't force you
wanna
anything.
Talk about this.
I didn't force you anything. I literally didn't force you anything. You said you don't regret your vote. I did what I always do,
Yeah,
which
and
I
then
give you
you
a reason
started
as
talking
to
about
why
Eugene
you should.
Carroll.
You decided to rebut it, and now we're having a full-blown conversation about what you rebutted. So, once again, you just read an article that claims she initially lied about people who were helping her with her legal fees. So I need to substantiate the date when this claim was made, that no one was helping her, and then when the help or aid came through. That's it. That's all I need you to do.
Okay.
Should be easy. Should be light work for you. And if you don't want to engage in this conversation
Absolutely,
because
Walt.
you can't, you can concede or run. Choice is yours.
Okay.
God bless you.
Give me a second, guys. Let me just keep making him uncomfortable. Ooh, wait. I got some music for this.
You're a cornball, dude. October 2022.
Extremely corny. I absolutely am. I take pride
The
in it.
relevant exchange went as follows. Are you presently paying your counsel fees? This is a contingency case. So you're not paying expenses or anything out of pocket to date. Is that correct? I'm not sure about expenses. I have to look that up. Is anyone else paying your legal fees, Miss
Repeat
Carol?
that. Start that
No.
over. Start that over. Start that over.
No.
I need you to say
April 10th.
Carol. I need you to say Carol and whoever else. Start that over. Go ahead. Go ahead again.
Is anyone else paying
And you
your
said
legal
October.
fees, Miss Carol?
You said October
No.
what? Oh, my guy. I said start over. What's the date? October what?
October 2022.
October what? 2022. You just know October? Okay, whatever. Keep going. October
It's
2022.
October.
Keep going.
Yeah, so is anyone else paying your legal fees, Miss Carol? No, was her answer.
Okay.
Okay.
When did
you
what's
look
his
it up?
name start compensating her? Or I need to stop saying compensating. Start assisting her with the legal fees.
What?
My guy, you said she lied.
Bro, just concede.
You
Just say
said
the
she
fucking
lied.
L, dumbass.
What am I conceding on?
She
You
said
said she
nobody helped
lied
with the
that no one
legal
was helping
fees.
her with her legal
legal
fees.
fees.
And then you
Yes,
named
and
the
then
man
she-
who then was helping her with legal fees. I need the date
Yes.
of when that assistance started. If you're to say it's a lie, you would have a date. If she said in October 2022, no one was helping her in legal fees, and then July of 2022, that person was helping her with legal fees, that would be a lie. What is the date?
Oh my god, dude.
Oh my god, dude. Is this what you do whenever you're backed in a corner?
No, I'm not. You're just forcing me to look shit up.
I am
because
forcing
don't
you
do
to
your own
prove your
homework.
claim 6,000%.
Yes.
And I will continue to do it. I'm so
Okay.
disappointed
You're
that
gonna
makes
keep
you
nitpicking.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Nitpicking?
I mean, I'm looking it
Asking
up.
someone to be accurate about what they say is nitpicking. I know. Facts hurt. Facts really hurt. They matter and they hurt. Thank you so much, Calvary, for being a member for a 1 month, Calvary. They sent a message, love this community, with a bunch of blue hearts. I appreciate you and I appreciate your support. Thank you so much for being a member. W's in the chat to Calvary for the $5 super chat. Dear MAGA, Coco the signing gorilla passed the same cognitive test that Cadet Bone Spurs did. That's a fact. Let's start the chat in a light mood. You're talking about the Montreal thing test? Yeah. And Donald Trump touts it around. I passed it 3 times. After 2025. Why is the president of the United States taking it that much? Maybe he's struggling with the fact that he's on television telling people that he had a conversation with Theodore Roosevelt when it was a freaking AI thing in a museum. We're going to play that clip in a moment. That shit was hilarious.
According to the publicly available record, the outside funding was already in place before Jean Carroll stated in her October 22 deposition that no one else was paying her legal fees. This is the timeline. November 2019, Carroll files her first lawsuit against Donald Trump. September 2020, Carroll's law firm begins receiving funding from American Future Republic, a nonprofit backed primarily by Reid Hoffman, to help cover some litigation costs and legal fees. October 2022, during the deposition, Carroll is asked, is anyone else paying your legal fees? She answers, no. There you go. You got the date. So where are you going to run now?
Well, I don't have a date. You just said that she was being compensated according to some records.
September
before
2020,
October
Carroll Law
2022.
Firm begins receiving funding from American Future Republic. September 2020.
For what case?
And then October 2022, she says, no, nobody's
For what
paying
case?
for her legal fees. And it turns out in
For what
2020,
case?
she was being paid by Reid Hoffman.
For what case?
The same case, the lawsuit against Donald Trump.
Okay. What is your source on that?
Yeah, bro. You're going to run away, huh?
No, I'm not. I'm literally asking you for your source. I don't know why
Okay.
asking for sources makes you uncomfortable alongside bald heads. Can you go ahead and give me your
Asking
source on that?
I keep answering every question.
Yeah, you're
and then
answering.
You keep
And
saying,
now I'm
why are
asking you
so-
for your source. Since you want to be so proudly touting around that you're answering every question, answer me the question. What is your source? I'm about to look it up.
Let me see.
Let me see. You just read from it.
Huh?
You just read from it. What do you mean, let me see? What is it? You literally was typing up on a
you want
computer.
the article. I thought, what
What do you
count as a source, dude?
what do you think asking for a source means?
Are you okay?
What do you think
you
asking?
constipated?
You
What is that
literally
face?
said, oh, you mean you wanted the article? You were reading from a source, right? Yeah. That's what you give
Okay,
me.
lawfaremedia.org.
Lawfaremedia.org. What is the name of the article on lawfaremedia.org?
The criminal probe of E. Jean Carroll's lawsuit.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. The criminal.
Why are you acting like this? Do you think you're
Because you guys are
convincing
not
your
even
audience that
trying
you're
today.
winning?
You guys are not trying
What?
today. Of E. Jean Carroll. By R. Parloff, 2026.
Yep, you can use that.
Let's see. Whoever's the primary judge. What do you mean you can use that? I'm just making sure I have the right one. The criminal probe
use
of
that.
E. Jean Carroll's lawsuits. Roger Parloff, Thursday, June 4th, 2026.
Yes, dude.
Thank
Read it.
you. Whoever's the primary subject, Reid
Thank you.
Hoffman
Did I
or
stop
Carroll,
you?
the inquiry appears to constitute prosecutorial abuse. Larger criminal investigation, E.G. Jean Carroll, acting attorney general Blanche,
While you do your homework, I'm gonna remind chat that E. Jean Carroll said her favorite show is The.
Don't care. Keep it muted, mods. Thank you so much. In any event, by the
Exactly.
paper, social media posts on X, regardless of formulation, inquiry events at this stage on event events. What's
You
funny?
never heard
This
of
entire
this?
article is written against you, which is hilarious to me. But which paragraph were
shit.
you at?
You-
What
you
section
just
were you
started
at?
reading.
What section were you at, my guy? Which section? I'm going through it. Which section so I can speed this up? Because this is a long
Read
read.
it, bro. Do your homework.
I'm aware of that, but you read a specific
Do
section.
your fucking homework. once.
Hey, you literally did not read this entire article in time. So there's a specific section that you went to. What is it?
Hmm?
What is the section that you read from here? Do you not know? Did you read an AI overview?
Of course. Of course I use the AI overview. Are you gonna pretend like AI is not useful? Is this what you guys do all the time? I can find it for you.
You guys can't be for
10
real.
months later, in September 2020, the Justice Department acted on Trump's behalf.
You guys can't be for real.
Dude, if you're gonna say that AI is not useful, you're literally conceding.
I'll do it myself.
If you're gonna make fun of me for using
Let's
AI,
search
you're
for the
conceding.
keyword. Let's see. October. Is it OCT or did it put the full word? I'm just gonna put the full word and see. Let's see here.
Lame, boring, and
Still, whether the target of the Carroll lawsuit's inquiry is Carroll or Hoffman, and despite the stiff competition, it unquestionably ranks among the most dubious to have surfaced to date. What is the hypothesized crime? All of the reporting suggests that the inquiry stems from an inaccurate answer Carroll gave during a deposition in October 2022 when she denied receiving third-party litigation funding. In fact, as will be discussed in detail below, 2 years before that deposition, Carroll's attorney, Kaplan, had obtained some financial assistance from Hoffman's nonprofit America Future Republic. But Kaplan notified Trump's attorneys of her client's misstatement in April 2023 before either of Carroll's 2 trials took place. So it's hard to see how Trump was harmed or why one would imagine that Carroll intentionally withheld information that she later voluntarily provided. Hey, do you want to hear do you want to hear me say something that you're gonna love? Do you want to hear me say something you're gonna love? Do you want to hear me say something you're gonna love? Do you want to hear me say something you're gonna love?
Just take the L, dude.
Do you want to hear me say something you're gonna love?
That was embarrassing.
Do you want to hear me say
kept
something you're gonna love?
questioning, and now you can't
My
run away.
guy, I'm going to say something you're really gonna like. Check this out.
Let's hear it.
Check this out. E. Jean Carroll in October of 22, when she answered that question, she
loves The
gave
Apprentice, by the way.
she gave an inaccurate answer. What she said was not correct. It was not correct when she said that she was not receiving any other funding. But you know what was correct about her answer? The fact that she did not answer on behalf of her lawyer, which I just read here. Let me go back. 2 years before that deposition, Carroll's attorney,
so now
Kaplan.
you're not gonna engage with what I said.
No, I'm literally engaging what you said. I
gonna
literally
pivot.
told you. I
You're
literally
gonna
told you
pivot.
what you said was correct, and you left out the context. Kaplan.
Okay, thank
Kaplan,
you. So,
Carroll's
BG, I won.
Carroll's attorney had obtained some financial assistance
I won.
from Hoffman's nonprofit,
I won.
America Future Republic. Kaplan, in April of 2023, before the trials, notified them of this case and the misstatement. So, it makes no sense whatsoever for you to
Why did
say.
she lie?
It makes no sense whatsoever. She did not. To the best of her ability, she did not.
Wait, she lied though.
How is she supposed to know that her lawyer was funded by Hoffman years prior?
How would she not know?
What do you mean, how would she not know?
Why did she say no? Why did she say I don't know?
Because
Why
she
did
cannot
say no?
answer on behalf of her lawyers and who they work
Because
for and what they
yeah,
were funded
of
by.
Of course, but she did answer though. She did answer on behalf.
Yeah,
of her
she
lawyer.
said no.
no.
So to the best of her
Exactly,
knowledge,
so she did
she did
answer.
not receive any outside funding.
To the best of her knowledge, dude.
Yeah,
Keep coding,
and then
bro. Holy shit.
bro,
Take the
it
fucking
was
L.
literally corrected. It was literally
the fucking
corrected.
L, I'm
What L
leaving,
am I
dude,
supposed to do?
'cause I got
I know you're gonna
shit to
run.
do.
I know you're gonna run. It's really cute. You literally lied. He's the one who literally lied. Let me make something super duper clear. When you leave out important context to align someone to be some like criminal lying enterprise person, you're lying. So once again, Kaplan, her lawyer, was the individual who received financial assistance from a nonprofit a few years prior. This nonprofit, America Future Republic, had nothing to do with her case. I want to repeat this again. America Future Republic is Hoffman's nonprofit, and the lawyer, Kaplan, got financial assistance. This had nothing to do with her case. So to the best of her knowledge, she said, no, I'm not receiving outside financial assistance for this case. And she was correct. Her lawyer just did for something a few years prior. Really quickly, let me play my sound. I didn't do it for the last 2 guests.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the Tube side, you may call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. This is so easy. W's in the chat to Mark for the $5 Venmo. This guy Blairham fails to understand that white While AI is useful, you have to know how to verify and stress test what it generates, as it hallucinates and makes mistakes. He just proved in real time. Actually, give me a second. I told myself I'm going to be better at this. It is the 40-minute mark. This is episode 107.
God bless
and
you.
Let's do 40-minute mark. I try to mark down when I need what stuff I need to put. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate you. So he literally just showed the problem with AI overviews. Because here's what I just did. And I want to show you guys this in real time. Hopefully TikTok doesn't flag me. I want to show you guys this in thank you, Kitty Cat, for the finger hearts. I appreciate you. I want to show you guys this in real time because this is how you have to do research. So when someone brings up a source of a claim, right? In an AI overview, you have to open up the source and you have to read it in its entirety, or at least the section that you're referencing specifically, so that you can accurately reflect your point. All I did, let me see if I can show y'all, if it will show up. I cropped it out. Crap, hold on. All I did was open it up, okay? And I did Command F4, whatever the fucking keyword is. And I searched October. And then it took me to the section that he was referencing. The section that gave the vital context to his claim. No AI necessary. I just read. Is it F? Yeah, thank you. Command F. That's it. I just read. And upon reading, come to find out, his claim was wrong. And all the people going around, this is a new talking point, by the way, and I now know where it's from. The talking point going around that this is taking place is demonstrably false, because Kaplan, not only Kaplan received that money for something separate a few years prior, but also he would have clarified this in April. Friendly reminder, before the two cases took place, before there was an actual liability verdict. So that in no way, shape, or form could have negatively impacted Donald Trump in the case to the degree that they're saying. This is because of the criminal investigation that the Justice Department has launched into E. Jean Carroll, because they're mad that Donald Trump is a rapist. They are mad that she won her case by proving, more likely than not, that he very much raped her. And they're mad about it. So Donald Trump, like what he's done with the FBI and other departments since taking the Oval Office, is politically prosecuting any person who tells the truth about him. And it results in people like that guy defending rapists. He was found civilly liable of the sexual assaults of E. Jean Carroll, not rape specifically in the court of law, due to the fact that due to the statute of limitations, the item that he used could not properly be ascertained as a finger or a pee-pee. I understand, as a person who's not a pig, that if someone takes their finger or their member and forcefully penetrates someone, that shit is rape. So in the public, I can say rape. When I'm referencing the case, I know exactly what the fuck it's about. And every single thing you guys try to do to wiggle out of what it actually is fucking gross. Imagine your friend. This is getting a little gross. I apologize. And this is the end of this conversation specifically, and I'm going to move on. Imagine one of your friends coming up to you and saying that he did that, and then the victim coming up to you and saying he raped me, and then you say, well, he didn't rape you, it was just sexual abuse. Really, guys? Really? Don't be gross. Let's get the likes up to over 100K and beyond. Show the algorithm when to be here. Thank you guys for knocking out the gift goals. We have 100 more of the little finger hearts to go. If you're not following me, hit that follow button in the top left corner. We are live every Saturday after 3 p.m. CST and randomly throughout the week. And friendly reminder, the best ways to support the platform is going to be all the different ways you can do so with the links in the bio. Redacted, did you vote for Trump?
I did.
You didn't?
I said I did.
Did. Do you regret your vote?
No, I don't know why I would.
I don't know.
I actually want to talk to you about what you were just talking about, though.
Sure.
Cool, man. So you believe E. Jean Carroll, huh?
I believe the jury that found Donald Trump civilly liable and E. Jean Carroll's evidence that she presented to them to substantiate said claim. Yeah.
What is the requirement to find somebody civilly liable in a civil case?
More likely than not.
more likely than not. So 51%, correct?
Yep.
Okay. I don't think I would ride on him. I don't think I would ride on that being true, especially if you look at everything else pertaining to E. Jean Carroll.
I think it would.
I don't know
when
how
the judge
you
said
can
that he very
say,
much
like,
raped
in
her.
your right mind, because I'm not asking the jury. I'm asking you.
Yeah,
Do
and I'm
you
telling
think
you in
Trump
my
actually
right
did it?
mind that I absolutely believe that he did it. I think
Okay.
he gave several pieces of blunders during out the entire investigation. One of them being his claim that he never met her, though it was photographed. Thank you, Erica, for your amazing gift. I appreciate you. His claim that he never met her, despite the photo, I believe, from '89 that showed that they did have an interaction. The fact that he mixed her up with
They went to like
one of his wives or something like
dinner
that.
thing.
Mixed her up with one of his wives. Went on to say that, I would have never done that. I don't find her attractive. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. But then again, he mixed her up with his wife. So if you find your wife attractive, then you probably would find her attractive. The fact that he had roughly 3 years to submit his DNA evidence, they refused to. And then after the case was coming to a close and they closed that time frame, then he tried to do it and then fall back on, well, I tried to do it after the fact. Yeah. Marla, thank you so much. I couldn't remember
So
which
that's
one
actually,
it was.
that one wasn't true.
What wasn't true?
So 3 years. Didn't
about
submit his
3
DNA
years,
for
roughly,
3 years. The first case, the first case that was introduced was the defamation case. She was actually unable to do a sexual assault case until 2023, when the law for New York just came out that allowed civil liability sexual abuse cases to come out, and E. Jean Carroll was the first one to be able to do a lawsuit under that new New York law. Did you know about that? You don't find that fishy at all, huh?
Nope.
So 0 evidence provided. They had two people that claimed that Trump did something to them too that nobody knew of prior to this. And then she has 2 friends as a witness.
One
So
victim
it's
comes
hearsay,
forward, and then other ones come
and
to
then
support
just
them.
her.
It's very common in sexual assault cases.
She also said that in her book that the CBS CEO did the exact same thing to her within the same exact year time frame and didn't pursue anything against him. I find that pretty interesting. I also find it interesting that it's the same time frame and she didn't know what year it happened. I think her credibility is completely fucked. I think it was opportunistic, and I think the New York law was made so that she could do that. What is your take? Oh, you're looking up that new York law to
I know what the New York law is. I was double checking what you said.
I think it was the ACA or something like that.
You tried to challenge
ASA.
I know what the law is. I'm looking up specifically how you tried to
it's
challenge.
Pretty vicious.
Hey, listen closely to the words coming out of my mouth.
She didn't even know the year, dude.
Shut up. I'm looking up specifically how you tried to challenge that he didn't have 3 years to submit his DNA evidence. And
because one was a defamation case, and then in 2023,
and they rejected the 11th hour offer by Trump's legal team.
Yeah, it wasn't a sexual abuse civil liability case yet until 2023. You're wrong.
Sexual abuse specifically is what they got him in 2023.
Why would he need to submit a DNA test on a fucking defamation
was literally
case?
related to
ridiculous.
The defamation of the fact that he raped her.
Okay, but that's a defamation civil liability case, okay? And then she opened up a sexual
civil
abuse
liability
case in 2023 once the law allowed it to.
They're both civil liability cases regardless. And he had the
I think you're missing the fucking point.
Evidence.
One was in 2019, the other one was in 2023.
I'm aware
Trump did not.
of them. Defamation.
Okay, then you understand the 2023 one
in 2023
was when he should turn in DNA, and that's when he tried to.
No, not should. Wait,
Correct.
I'm sorry. Should by who's should based off of what? What do you mean should?
So
if the defamation claim, sir, if the defamation claim is literally based off the fact that she lied about you raping her, he had that entire time during the defamation case for rape to submit his DNA evidence.
It was a defamation case.
You're now saying he didn't need to, or he didn't have to, until it actually became sexual abuse, and then he could try it, right?
And the judge tossed it out.
What was the date in 2023 when there was case? That case was over for sexual abuse.
I don't remember the exact
Because if
number.
you're going to try and challenge the 3 years, which is ridiculous, by the way, then you'd have to say why in the few months where he was able to do so, why he didn't submit his evidence then until literally the 11th hour.
What, it's because they decided to? Who cares about that, man?
He said it would almost certainly delay the trial scheduled to start on April 25th to reopen the DNA issue 4 months after the deadline passed to litigate concerns over trial evidence and weeks before trial. Trump's lawyers did not immediately comment. Carol's lawyers have sought Trump's DNA for 3 years to compare it with stains found on the dress. I find it very interesting that you don't want to listen to me read off the circumstances of the case.
It's interesting, bro.
Yeah, sure. Have sought Trump's DNA for 3 years to compare. All right, listen, guys.
Look, bud,
here's what's going to happen.
I know what you're reading. I've read it.
Okay. I'm going to finish it then. And if you keep unmuting, I'm just going to drop you. I'm just going to drop you. I'm literally refuting you.
I think
you literally can't substantiate. How am I supposed to refute something that you haven't substantiated?
You can't.
You're saying she's lying. You can't prove it.
You just already said.
You're literally
okay. What we're currently,
like I said, I'm not doing it today. You're telling me to refute you claiming that she's lying when you can't substantiate how she's lying. All of your questions have been open-ended. Oh, don't you think that's a little suspicious? Don't you think that's weird? Don't you think that's this? Can you actually substantiate something? Can you prove something? What are we doing? Once again, Carol's lawyers have sought Trump's DNA for 3 years to compare it with stains found on the dress Carol wore the day she says Trump raped her in a department store dressing room in late 1995 or early 1996. Analysis of DNA on the dress concluded it did contain traces of an unknown man's DNA. Trump has denied knowing Carol, saying repeatedly he never raped her, and accused her of making the claim to stoke sales of her book. She has sued him for defamation and under New York law, which allowed alleged victims of sexual assault to sue over alleged crimes outside the usual statute of limitations. After refusing to provide a DNA sample, there was a refusal. So you now saying that he didn't have 3 years when he would have refused in that entire time falls flat. Trump's lawyers switched tactics, saying they would provide one if Carol's lawyers turned over the full DNA report on the dress. But Kaplan said Trump has provided no persuasive reason to relieve him of the consequences of his failure to seek the full DNA report in a timely fashion. He did this last minute because he was desperate. The court said, no, fuck you. It is what it is. I don't know what else to tell you. If you actually know the circumstances surrounding the case, don't leave out key information. Don't leave out key information. It doesn't make you look good. Doesn't make you look good. Debbie's in the chat to Donald for the $10 PayPal. Please tell that pig to stop eating while he's on live. His parents clearly failed him. Yeah. A lot of these folks are just, I don't know if they come up here and lashed out because their MAGA parents kicked them out of the house early or abandoned them. But it's really sad. It's really sad. Debbie's in the chat to you, Donald. I appreciate your support. Guys, best way to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Hector Talks with 2 R's on Cash App and Venmo. PayPal, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the Tube side, you may send a super chat, super sticker, or consider becoming a member. Also, a few other things is available in the link tree is going to be all the social medias that I'm on. Thank you so much for the donuts. I appreciate you.
God bless
Such
you.
as YouTube that we're doing streaming to right now. Yeah, motherless behavior, actually. YouTube that we're doing streaming to right now, or Instagram where I post the videos that I put up here. Join the Discord community, not only for the movie night we're having tomorrow, but because it's free and it's cool. It's a great community. We have over 740 members there. Oh, excuse me. Never mind. 750. We have 700 and over. I'm talking too fast. We have over 750 members in the Discord. And it's free. You may choose to subscribe there if you'd like. You may also get yourself a few pieces of merchandise off of my shop, hectorshops.com with 2 R's. And you can get all the pieces that you see behind you on the mannequin. And what am I forgetting? What am I forgetting? I think that's it. There's other random shit in there. Just go check it out. Just go check it out. Anyway, Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the Tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Wait, I'm sorry. Is he still chirping in the comments? Somebody mute him. Yeah, we don't allow that. You don't have decorum up on the panel. You don't get to cry in the comments. You guys keep saying she's lying. Just prove it. You keep saying she's lying, or better yet, intentionally lying, right? Because now they're going to use her misstatement in October of 22 as a lie. Prove it. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. Every single day I ask for one thing. One thing. Evidence. Proof. Sources. Empirical data. That's all I ask for. And it's too much. It's too much. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it. The funniest thing about this live so far in the 55 minutes that we've been on is the guest, when I asked him for the source, he said, so what do you mean? You want the article? No, I don't want the article. I want your opinion. Oh, man. What? I'm concerned why Biden not getting enough money for his library. Why? What the hell are you talking about? What money is he supposed to get for a library? What library are you talking about? What is the relevance of a... What? 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 Is there a Biden? What? Hold on. Joseph R. Biden, Presidential Library, ministered by the National Archives and Records, presidential papers, official fundraising. Okay, they're trying to fundraise for this library. Okay. Interesting. Cool. Yeah, I was just about to say, Manda. This is common. I see an article here from September. Most of the more than half of a dozen people who were once major Biden donors or bundlers said they either wouldn't give to the library or they would give only a token amount. Okay. I don't know why we're surprised that people have an unfavorable view of Biden. Again, I would respond to that by saying the average American does not have an accurate reflection of the entirety of the Biden
I have a
administration.
question because
You're
I'm
a child. No. Anyways, the average American doesn't have a rat's ass clue about the wonderful things that the Biden administration did. It is what it is. Not excuse for their failures, specifically with Israel. Not excuse. I'm just saying. Y'all don't know what good he did. I don't want to hear about the bad. I can name good things that the Trump administration has done, which is why I unapologetically talk about the majority of the bad, because it trumps the good every single time. That wasn't a child, it was a girl from Dean's Jubilee video. Literally was. There's, you know how many Jubilee videos that Dean has? What? You know how many girls sound like that? How do you see a black profile picture with a bunch of question marks and just assume that that's the same girl all the time? What are we doing? What are we doing? Guys, I'm in a blunt mood. I'm not going to lie. I may make some enemies today. I may lose some followers. I'm just in a blunt mood today. I'm going to tell you why. I'm disappointed in the human race. I'm disappointed in the human race. I really am. I really am. First and foremost, one of the funniest things I've seen on social media platforms as of late are now Republicans, specifically Republicans and independents and MAGA, who are going into leftist lives and spamming, Democrats are done. Democrats are done. Democratic socialists are mollywhopping y'all. And then those of us on the left are going, Did I miss something? Did I miss something? Are we supposed to be mad that the Democratic Party, in their gross amounts of failures, are finally getting some competition? That we may have a party rise up that will either force the Democrats to change many of their views or take over and actually start working on behalf of the people? Did I miss something? This is fantastic. This is wonderful. This is great. It's like, what are we doing? What's up, Yelly? What are we doing? I don't get it. Don't get me wrong. I call myself a New Testament Democrat. I identify with the Democrats. So do Democratic Socialists. They all run under the Democratic ticket. But I want better. I identify with the best party that we have currently, when a better party arises, can actually rival separate conversation. Separate conversation. So I don't understand people. That's one of the reasons I've been disappointed, is because MAGA's so desperate that they're not even focusing. Well, I take that back. They've always focused on our politics because they don't have much. But they're now trying to pit sections of the left against each other, which this is an old tactic. This is a very old tactic. The individuals who are more concerned with Graham Plattner and having a Nazi tattoo that he covered up and took accountability for, but don't want to have a single conversation about the likes of Stephen Miller, what's his name, Steve Bannon, Elon Musk, his father, and their relations to the Trump administration and Nazis and Nazi rhetoric, is fucking crazy to me. Graham Plattner. No one cares about these other individuals and their Nazi rhetoric, right? Or better yet, even with Graham Plattner, with the thing, cause dude was unfaithful as fuck to his wife. Let's keep it a buck. Dude was a whore. He was a straight up whore. He was a gigolo. I don't know what else to tell you. He was, absolutely. He's opened up about that. He's taking accountability for that. I don't like it. I don't like Graham Plattner. But if you're now, as a GOP person or independent person, talking shit about Graham Plattner for that and using that as a reason not to vote for him, even though they weren't going to vote for him anyway, but you didn't give a flying fuck about Donald Trump cheating on 3 of his wives, being found convicted of fraud, falsifying business records, 34 counts because he tried to pay off a corn star. Don't talk to me about Graham Plattner. Y'all can miss me with that purity politics shit, bro. You can miss me with that. If you give me 2 options and one of those options isn't a fucking Yahtzee supporting, immigrant hating, healthcare cutting, women's bodily autonomy violating fuck, who just has a sketchy past that he's at least answered every single fucking question for, I know what I'm going to pick. Unapologetically. I don't goddamn like it, but it is what it is. When we have better options, we can have a better conversation. Shit just doesn't make sense to me, the things that they use to wiggle the way out of. Still grifting? Yes, absolutely. I am an unapologetic grifter, Miss Wonder. So actually, a few days ago, we helped grift a couple $100 to help one of my members get some car repairs done. It was one of the proudest grifts of my life. I thoroughly enjoyed asking people to hit up my links in the bio to help with that. I thoroughly enjoyed taking my percentage of that for everything that I do on a daily basis. I'm a proud fucking grifter. No, I'm on your side. Did I read it wrong? Then who's still grifting? Who are you saying still grifting then? I'm confused. Runo? Who the fuck is Runo? What am I missing here? Hector's tattoo passed multiple screenings for hate symbols by the army. Plattner? Yeah, I'm aware. I don't need to be educated on the circumstances surrounding Graham Plattner. I'm saying he's the only option. I'm saying he's held himself accountable. I'm saying there's no indicator whatsoever to show that he currently believes or supports Nazi rhetoric or Nazi behavior. Like, seriously, guys, I think one of the issues that I have with how people talk about Plattner is that he's a white guy. He was a white guy in the military in the past who was overseas and saw Skull and Bones and thought it was cool. I didn't even know what that Skull and Bones specifically meant until more recently in my life, to be honest with you. White guys like Skull and Bones. It's like a part of punk rock culture and all this other stuff. I don't know, like, why are we leaving that out of the conversation? Doesn't make any sense. Look at this. Libs will literally vote for Mussolini if he was a blue candidate. What a stupid fucking comment to make. What a stupid, ridiculous fucking comment to make. Can you give me an example of a Mussolini type figure that we unapologetically voted for? Oh, never mind. You got the commie symbol. I already know what you're about. You're irrelevant. No one cares. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you are over on the tube side, we call the number on screen 737-295-5321. I thought the tattoo was cool. He covered it. Yeah, I've never been one of those people that's like, rad, Skull and Bones, rad. I don't really give a shit. I'm not with that at all. But yeah, people find that shit cool. Not the tankies. Yeah, you know. they're gonna sit in their book clubs and read their things, which is crazy because again, I know a lot of fantastic communists. I know a fantastic groups of communists who do great things for the community and try to educate folks. But once we come up on this line of looking at harm reduction and you just go, no, I feel better about not stopping the Trump administration from gutting healthcare. I feel better about him ramping up to the genocide in Gaza. I feel better about, I don't know, ICE doing all these things to undocumented migrants in mass compared to previous administrations because they're both the same. Miss me with that, bro. Miss me with that, bro. You can miss me with that. The black receipt, I just sent you an invite. Because you said, outside of emotional BS, why are you mad about Trump? So I would love to give you some arguments, and I would love for you to tell me if they're emotional or not. Only when you request up, though, because I don't go back and forth with Russian bots. And there's a lot of you in the chat today. The Black! Did you vote for Donald Trump?
This time I did, yeah.
Are you a black man in the United States?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic.
Straight from Texas.
Yikes. Cool. So would you like to tell me what is emotional about my argument that we are over about 194 days overdue when Donald Trump signing the Epstein Transparency Act, and he was supposed to have his departments unredact the names of everyone who wasn't a victim due to pending litigations being ended, and and not to protect any certain political figures. We are 194 days overdue. Todd Blanche was given an order 7 days ago by a federal court to release or explain why certain files and specific emails that were not related to victims' names or anything else were still redacted, and as of 5:29 p.m. CST, he still hasn't. Can you tell me what's emotional about those arguments?
I don't really think it's so emotional. I just feel like it's not a black issue. That's white people shit.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah, fascinating. So you said outside of emotional arguments, I just gave you a non-emotional argument. So congratulations, you played yourself. Secondly, I don't think justifying the government protecting pedophiles is not a black issue. I think that's an everyone issue, and black people would be included. It's a really gross thing to say.
I mean, according to the e-files, he didn't want black people at the island, so it's not a black issue.
You think that changes the fact that we have an administration that corrupt and going that far to protect these people, that would give them even more leeway to do gross amounts of harms to the black community?
How does that involve the black community? That's white people doing degenerate white people shit. That's what they always do.
Why are we accepting requests that I never said a request? What's up, Ashby?
Sorry, I was glitching. I just came to fix it. Bye.
How did that fix it? What? The studio update has been making this weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Is it a guest thing? Is that what happens? I don't know. Is it still glitching?
I hear you. I hear you fine. I don't know what they talking about.
What is the glitch? What is the glitch? I see it like twitching. Is that what you're talking about? The twitching? I mean, as long as you guys can hear me clearly, I don't know what to do about the rest. But to my knowledge, you guys can hear me still clearly. So yeah, I'm not worried about that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. There's not much you can do about that. Any case, I think the government protecting pedophiles is an American issue. And if you were a black American, you would reside in the United States and have the ability to vote on behalf of said issue.
Call from.
Caller, you're on the line. Hold for a moment.
I agree with that point, but like I said, when it comes down to that specific issue, that's not a black American issue.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with us.
So are you now saying that you only vote on behalf of black American issues?
No, I vote what benefits my people or what I feel like benefits the people in my region.
Oh, so then you are saying that you vote in large part because of what benefits black people, correct?
Yes.
What was beneficial about the over 300,000 black women that were fired under the Trump administration, not due to having no capabilities or qualifications or misconduct, but just due to him wanting to reduce the size of the government or them being DEI hires, and then the additional, 400, 500,000 men that lost their jobs even in the private sector since? What was beneficial to the black community about that?
People lose jobs every day. You can find another job.
Yeah. So I
My
think
main issue
I think
has been a Texan.
I think that's no, you can't, because it's not about just losing your job just because. These are job losses specifically due to Trump's layoffs. It's not just about them losing their jobs every day, B. They lost their job because of the Trump administration devaluing them, because of his false claims about DEIA, discrediting the qualifications and merits of black people who've been working for the federal government, and the ramping up of their employment under the Biden administration.
Like I say, people lose jobs every day. You can find another job.
Chat. Am I missing something, or he's just dodging the point here?
I'm not dodging the point. That's like, it's a job. People are not guaranteed a job, so who gives a fuck? My main issue as being a Texan was immigration.
300,000 Haitian migrants will be deported outside of the United States due to their temporary protected status being revoked under the Trump administration. They may not be black Americans, but they're still black. And these are individuals who are suffering due to his actions. Not to mention, when you have a masked up state-sanctioned gang members with badges running around with the authority of the Supreme Court to racially profile people based off of skin color, language, and otherwise, that includes black Americans who've been discriminated against because they were perceived as not being legal residents of the United States.
I don't identify with flat blackness or Pan-Africanism, so I don't give a damn. Like I say, I focus on only black Americans, formerly named Negroes. So
once again, you just conveniently left out what I just mentioned about the black Americans who are targeted under ICE. I just said black Americans, black Americans, black Americans, black Americans.
Being detained for a couple of minutes, wasting your time. That's part of being black.
Being detained for a couple of minutes. Oh, so you're welcoming it in. Imagine that.
No, it's been happening. That's part of the American experience.
Ramped up under the Trump administration with ICE agents who are not authorized to go back and forth with American civilians unless you're impeding on their operations.
Sir, that's been like that forever.
No,
that's just the black
ICE has not been harassing black Americans forever.
Name some ICE agents that's actually harassing some black Americans. Like I say, your time being wasted by law enforcement. We literally have the reports of them. We have the videos. We have Jonathan Ross, the individuals who mess with
what's her name? We have the off-duty ICE agent who killed Keith Porter Jr. That's a black American who died at the hands of ICE.
I know about this situation, but outside of that, you act like
you ask for a name.
Are getting harassed on a daily by ICE agents.
They quite literally are. Or they're more susceptible to be because of Donald Trump's orders or his orders to DHS.
Trust me, no one's going to get me mixed up with a Haitian.
You say that. Tell that to the other black Americans who have been darker or lighter or have a slight accent, despite the fact that they were born here or have their citizenship here. They're being harassed, and you're welcoming it in because you're just not a Haitian?
Yep. If you want to look at it like that, hey, That's how you. That's your perspective.
No, it's not perspective.
Like I
it's
said,
exactly what's
at the end
happening,
of
and you
the
made
day-
excuses for it. I mentioned
Like
black
I said,
jobs
at the
that
end
are
of the day,
lost. You said people get fired every day. I mentioned black Americans that be harassed
that's
or more
life.
susceptible to harassment. You said, oh, that's been happening. Every single
It's
way
called
that I'm
life.
going to mention to you that happens to black Americans, you're just going to respond with shit happens, despite the fact that you literally said at the beginning of this conversation and confirmed that you voted for what you think benefits black Americans. When I am telling you how the Trump administration has negatively impacted black Americans, you make excuses for it. So you solidified a really great point. And I imagine that you're one of those FBA ADOS niggas. So you really drilled or drove the point home with every single answer that you've given so far. That shows you niggas don't give a shit about black Americans. You niggas don't give a shit about black people at all. What you do care about is yourselves and your proximity to whiteness. What you do care about is falling for every single white supremacist talking point that makes you feel like you're doing better. Yeah, it's really embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. You don't care. I wish you guys would just say all I care about is my wallet. I wish you guys would just say that.
I don't give a damn about white people. Like,
oh, you really do.
I stay in an all black
you
community.
Literally do. You literally
I stay in an all black community.
You love white people. You love them. You love them.
This your projection.
No, not projection.
I'm not trying to be kumbaya.
When you're up here spreading those white supremacist talking points, clearly something resonated with you. So clearly you align yourself with their ideology.
Can you explain how they're so-called white?
You like Trump, you like Stephen Miller, you like Steve Bannon, you like Kristi Noem, you like Pam Bondi, you like Tom Blanche, so on and so forth. Oh, so you so you just vote on behalf of people you don't like?
I don't have to like you to vote for you.
Yeah, that's correct. But you do have to. But you do have to. But you do have to agree with their policies that positively impact black Americans, which none of Donald Trump's policies have done.
Barely affects black Americans. Like I say, I'm in Texas.
Wait. What do you mean barely? What do you mean barely?
Yes, because if you know how America is.
I didn't ask you nothing about how America is. I asked you about how Donald Trump has ramped up the discrimination and practices that you would have voted against or claimed to have voted against because clearly you care about black Americans. Your words.
Like I said, you know
what do you mean if? America I literally works. Gave you examples. There's no if.
I'm trying. If you let me explain, if you know how America operates, hey, compared to all the presidents.
Can you tell me when Bill? Can you tell me when Bill Clinton, Obama, and Bill Clinton, Obama, and Joe Biden erased Black history or threatened to stop funding for teaching Black history correctly in some of our most prominent institutions? Can you give me an example of that?
I teach my children Black history myself.
Can you give me an example of when those last three Democratic presidents
I don't give a damn what the government does and what they try to teach or what they want to teach.
Here's the problem with your bat fucking buffoonery. You can't sit here and say you don't care what the government does when you voted on behalf of the government to implement policies that benefit Black Americans. Your words. So the Trump administration, beheading all three branches of the government, is doing things that negatively impact said Black Americans, and now you're wiggling your way out of it. I'm at this point, why am I even engaging in this genuinely with you? What does Trump's dick taste like?
You said it.
What does Trump's dick taste like?
I don't give a fuck about Trump.
What does Trump's dick taste like? I voted
for him because I wasn't going to vote for
what does Trump's dick taste like?
To be a black woman.
What does Trump's dick taste like?
That's one thing I wasn't.
There you go with another one. What does Trump's dick taste like? I'm so serious. I want to know. Does it taste like Sunny D? Coconut cream shrimp? What does it taste like?
This all you have to say. This all you have to say.
I said quite a bit before, and you showed your lack of intelligence. So now I'm just trolling you. Can you tell me what it tastes like? Because I really want to know. Do you have a favorite food?
Are you upset that
Do you have a favorite food?
About the issues you care about?
No, you don't give a fuck about Black Americans. What's your favorite food?
I do.
Sure. What's your favorite food?
I also know I'm a Texan.
Do you have a favorite food?
And what benefits Texans?
I have a favorite food. I really like lobster etouffee. I really like lobster etouffee. Do you have a favorite food?
Are you a full Black American?
Am I a full Black American? What's a full Black American to you?
Yes, are you a Black American on both sides of your parents? Are you bi-ethnic? do you have an African parent?
I'm Black
African
American by
grandparent,
citizenship.
or
I'm Black American by being born here. That's how that works.
yeah,
Not you trying to
no,
pivot to the
that's not
FBA nonsense.
that's
Not you
not
trying to pivot
how
to
that
the,
works.
oh my God,
Yeah,
if your
I mean,
parents were from somewhere else, then
it
you
makes sense
can't possibly be a citizen. You can't possibly be a citizen. Hey,
I could care less about you being a citizen.
hey, for the
I
one
didn't
time,
question your
for the one
citizenship.
time, can you say tether? For the one time, can you call me a tether? For the one time?
I didn't question your citizenship.
Call me a tether for the one time. I know it's coming. Call me a tether for the one time. Y'all really like that word.
No, I don't really use that word like that. But
Oh,
hey, if that's how
you're a
you
little less
like
gross than
say-
everybody else. Honestly, this is all I got for y'all.
it makes sense on why your perspective is this way.
Trump supporters request up in the box you are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. These folks are embarrassing. I am bored. I am bored. I know what the live is doing, y'all. I literally can't control it. Control it. Sadie, do you vote for Trump?
Yes. So I came on here because I wanted to talk to you. I
just asked a simple question. Did you vote for Donald Trump, Sadie? Sadie, did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, but I do have a question about how I can help.
Ask it in the comments, please. W's in the chat to Jazzy for the $2 super chat. I don't know why the message was deleted. Do I have oh fuck, I still have someone on hold. Call you on the line. My apologies. Did you vote for Trump?
God bless you.
You made me wait, you stupid nigger.
God bless you.
You waited all that time to do that?
God bless you.
You really stayed on hold for 12 minutes and 35 seconds just to do that?
No, I said like you made me wait for 12 minutes, you fucking bastard.
That's so sad. How does it feel to be at the bottom of the barrel of men?
How does it feel to know I'm a Joe Biden supporter and I'm a racist?
Not surprised. And doubtful. Imagine you wasting 12 minutes and 35 seconds of your Thursday evening to do that. That man stayed on hold to do that. Whew. At this point, I'm just losing interest in getting angry with y'all. I mean, I'll do some very anger-inducing things, but it's getting to the point where I'm starting to see more and more Trump supporters as sad. Like, not even worth the emotions. They're just sad. Like, really sad. Mind you, check this out. We've only had, on the YouTube side, and I never thought I'd ever get to a point in my life where I would say that there's more Trump supporters with balls on TikTok, the traditionally more leftist-leaning app, than YouTube. But we've literally only had one call the entire stream. One on YouTube. And they've been going off in the comments over there. That's how down bad they are. Shit's crazy. That's pure hate to hold for that long to call you slurs. But don't. Dude. No, it's not. Racism isn't real. It's a hoax. It's a Democratic hoax to keep the black vote. 60 years they've been voting Democrat. Oh, guys, continue to do all the things. Double tap that screen to get the likes up. Hopefully we'll get some Trump supporters in here. I'm not sure. I think it's going to be a chicken shit day. I'm not going to lie. I think it's going to be a chicken shit day. I think it is. Yeah, every single thing. Racism ended with Obama. Jen, I think you're joking. I'm pretty sure you're joking. That is an interesting one, though. There are compilations of Fox News and what they repeated day in and day out about Obama. Obviously, we have even specifically the John McCain and the Mitt Romney debates. The famous one of like John McCain, one of those white ladies in the crowd were saying some crazy shit about Obama, and John McCain was like, yo, hey, we don't talk like that about our people. It's one of the most respectable things he's ever did on the stage. I vehemently disagree with John McCain on so many things, but gosh, give me those Republicans. Can we go back to 2008, 2012 Republicans, please? Those guys were all right. Those guys you can sit down, have a drink with, have a conversation with. You can disagree about things, but then ultimately it was like, hey, this guy wants what's best for the country. He's just a little off. These guys now are just fucking bigots. These guys are absolute bigots. How did you grow? That's the question you wanted to ask me. I don't know. Consistency, persistency, education. I read, I listened, I learned, I debated. That's how I grew. Been doing this for a year and a half. Yes, saying he wasn't a citizen. Yes, it's literally spearheading the whole birther movement crap. Wild. We watered him? Yeah. What I also find super crazy, especially for the people who now try to deny Christian nationalism, speaking of, I have some clips on that, is we don't care about, Christian nationalism. Everyone wants to focus again on Graham Plattner's tattoo, which he didn't know about, took accountability for, and has no other leaning whatsoever to Nazis. However, we don't talk about Pete Hegseth's tattoos and their alignment with the Crusades. No one cares about that, by the way. No one cares at all about that one. But, Graham Plattner. Shit is wild. I wanted to play this clip of Russ Vought lying his ass off, per usual. But let me go ahead and get it for you guys. I had it here saved somewhere. Got you. I'm not going to put it up on the screen, of course, because TikTok is sensitive, but you guys will be able to hear it. He was asked about Christian nationalism. This is about 2 minutes. Well, I think I can play it. If I crop it out enough. Give me a second. At least for the TikTokers. What? I used to be MAGA? Okay, well, I'm confused because I literally host a platform to speak to MAGA who regret their vote or not. But you said you didn't vote for MAGA. I sent you an invite. Just come back.
Okay, I did vote for MAGA, but I wouldn't vote for him anymore because I've learned things.
So you voted for him in the 2024 election?
Unfortunately, yes, because I was not educated.
So
I was
why did
just
you say
getting
no when I asked you if you voted for Donald Trump?
Oh, I was confused. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Got you. So you voted for Donald Trump in 2024, and you do regret your vote. Why is that?
So I originally had just listened to what my father was telling me. I was raised in a family of Mormons, and so I just kind of assumed like what they were telling me was right. I had like different views than I do now on abortion, and like they listening to people like debates like this and people like Dean Withers and Parker get a job have helped me realize that I'm no longer align with that. And that most of my values that I value align with like progressive liberals because first off, I have my brother is a person of color, and he, like, I care about how he's affected. I care about women having a choice to their own bodies because I was essayed as a kid. And
how old are you, by the way?
Oh, I'm 23.
Got you.
February 25th, 2003.
Got you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hold on. One second. Bless849 said, debate a real Republican like myself. Friendly reminder, that for the past 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 44 seconds, we've only had one call. I love it when you guys chirp debate me and then you refuse to call in the line while I invite you guys to debate me. You guys are funny fucking people. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. I also, back when I was a Mormon, I was keeping it to myself because this is not something approved of in my father's religion. But I was LGBTQ. I realized I was bisexual, but I was too scared to like do things outside of the norm of like what MAGA supports because I thought that my father was going to I don't know if I can say this, but like hurt me.
So ultimately, you just did it just because it was a family thing. You really didn't align, at least not heavily, with any of Trump's or Republicans' alleged values. It was just more so a religious vote.
Yeah, in the
What
past,
you thought was a religious vote, because I want to be super duper clear. A vote for Trump is like anti-religion, at least what the religions claim to be. But
and I have realized that since.
Yeah, that's common. That's very common, especially, you sound young. You said you're 23. It's just kind of a thing where your parents grew up beating it over your head. Yeah, conservative values, they're against that thing. They're against that thing. That'll take you to hell. This is the truth. Until you actually get to the nitty gritty of it. It's common amongst young people. I was MAGA myself in 2020. How old was I in 2020? Oh my God, 22, 21, 22. I was MAGA myself, even though my parents were not like political. They did basically they personally were conservative, and I grew up in a Christian household. So a lot of my views on gender, on fiscal responsibility and firearms and all that stuff was due to where I was, the South, because my parents don't even get involved in a lot of that stuff. But it was heavily because of the South and the Christian
God bless you.
upbringing that I had, so on and so forth. So ultimately, it just sounds like you just found yourself.
I really
like
did.
your actual self, yeah.
But I originally wanted to come on to here to ask you the question, not like how did you grow? That wasn't my only question. Is because of my family is currently still MAGA. Like I want to know some more like debating points, specifically on abortion, to help like convince them to turn a new leaf and become more on my side.
So I want to make something super duper clear. Can these spaces and debate platforms change minds? Absolutely. But there's a lot of stuff to where there is just no changing someone's perception. I occasionally hope to change someone's mind, but I more so do this for the people in the comments who are too scared to come up, the independents, some of the Republicans who may have questions about what they believe their values to be, and then the whatchamacallit, for everyone else, just to show what the opposing side looks like, to show how they talk to people, to show how stupid they are, so on and so forth. It's really more so a revelation of things. But in regards to actually changing someone's minds, especially a religious person's mind on if abortion is murder, that is a very... It's rare. And the reason why I say that is because they're going to pull up life begins at conception. They're going to completely leave out how we view conception, how we view sentience and what life form, because yes, it is alive, it is a human DNA, but it's not to the way that we constitute it like a full-grown person. Then there's going to be the arguments about heartbeats and this and that, and the point of viability was legislated along the lines of when they can feel and perceive pain, to when it has that level of sentience to where this person is a full life that we should protect. There's just no changing a lot of people's minds on that. I will correct the misinformation, but ultimately for me, the big thing is if you believe it's something, then you don't have to do it. I think Republicans often kind of put themselves on the libertarian side of freedom, rights, everybody do what they want to do so long as it doesn't impose on someone else. And that's really to me what the abortion conversation should boil down to. I have a saying, pro-choice is the only choice because it includes all choices. If you are a person who thinks abortion is murder, don't murder a baby. If you are a person who doesn't believe that, you can have all the abortions that you want, and the law protects that life after the point of viability. So I think there's better ways to go about getting your parents to understand that their positions aren't Christian or Mormon. I think you should more so try those routes, because I don't know what the specifics are of like the Mormon faith, but I'll give you an example when it comes to Christianity. Galatians 5:22-23 is the fruits of the Spirit. It talks about love, joy, peace, happiness, so on and so forth. So then when I talk to Trump supporters from a religious perspective, I'll bring up, tell me which one of these fruits of the Spirit is Donald Trump reflecting? Is the Republican Party reflecting when they're shitting on trans people, regardless if you agree with that or not? When they're defunding healthcare, when they're cutting school lunch programs for children who are hungry. I think that is an infinitely better way to go about those conversations when it comes to religion, versus trying to nitpick the specifics of what is a life or what point is it. Like, that's a hill people just don't give a fuck about, or religious people don't give a fuck about. I was one of those folks. So that's my advice. I'm rambling a lot. But by all means, you're more than welcome to have those conversations, but getting into the nitty gritty of abortion with people, it just requires a lot of information. And I don't think the average person cares to do all of that. But you can try, but it's just, you may be beating a dead horse there, to be honest with you.
Well, I tried to like kind of not change their mind, but like influence them on, like, the Mormon religion believes in like loving one another, and I kind of have made that debate with them that, like, because of me finding out who I am, that I am LGBTQ, I tried to let them know that, like, that is, like, hating people of, like, the LGBTQ is not, like, loving one another. And, like, the Mormon religion does believe in the Bible. And so they believe in Jesus. I tried to, like, explain to them that Jesus preaches to, like, love your neighbor, but by them, like, hating on people, like, immigrants, LGBTQ people, that is not, like, loving their neighbor, but they would not, like, they thought I was stupid, so.
In regards to AB, I'll give you like 3 more quick points. One of them was actually brought up by Ashby and another person in the chat. One good point to go about it is, what does pro-life actually mean? Because they typically have a stance of make sure the baby's born, make sure the baby's born, but then we do everything in our power to make that baby's life harder when we defund programs that's meant to benefit their lives and their futures. Another point that someone else brought up was, whatchamacallit? Oh yes, the increase of abortions since Roe v. Wade was overturned. So, like, if you don't like abortions, more abortions have happened in not so safe and unlegal ways since the overturning of Roe, particularly in red states. Or better yet, red states have now been trying to prosecute women who go to a different state to have an abortion, now saying that's illegal, violating states' rights. So that is another thing that's extremely problematic. And then finally, I would just say that ultimately it's one of those things where men don't have any of these laws to stop them. Men are responsible for 99% of pregnancies. And until a law is passed to stop them from impregnating a bunch of fucking people, we probably shouldn't put the burden on women. Especially if you're one of those people that believe in like parental rights or father's rights or whatever. And the second that child is born, that man has a say in if that woman can have an abortion or not. But then we don't have draconian laws to say, hey, you can't go around impregnating a bunch of people and then abandoning them, you know? So those are different perspectives. But I do appreciate you coming up. Thank you so much for your vulnerability. And I do hope you are voting in your midterm election this year. Are you voting?
Yes. I'm not really quite sure who's like running and who would be the best to vote for
What is your state,
my
if you don't mind me
beliefs.
asking?
I just moved from Utah to Florida to get out of the Mormon culture.
Oh, you're cooked. So based off your district, you may have some more Democratic candidates, progressive liberal candidates. Just vote for them. Really doesn't matter who you vote for at this point. You're in fucking Florida, so I'm not even gonna give you any false hope. But you can help secure more seats for the Democrats in Florida. I think Florida's lost this election, though. I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you. But anyway, I appreciate you coming up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give any Floridians false hope, bro. Y'all are cooked. Y'all are cooked. Like, I don't give Texans false hope. We have a chance to get Tallarico in, sure. We have a chance, a slimmer one, unfortunately, to get Gina Hinojosa in. But it's going to take a hot minute before Texas really leans blue. It is what it is. And it disappoints the fuck out of me on a daily basis, but I'm not going to give you guys any false hope. But yeah, of course, Suzette, we keep trying. W's in the chat to Kieran, $55 PayPal. Dome extra shiny today, Hector. Can you tilt your head towards the camera? I need a flashlight. You ain't shit, Kieran. W's in the chat to you. I appreciate your support. Guys, best way to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. If you want to say hi to my Q phrase, support everything that we do here, show some love, send a specific message, please feel free to hit up the Cash App, PayPals, and the Venmos. Hector Talks with 2 R's on Cash App and Venmo. PayPal, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. Those of you over on the YouTube side, you may hit the like button on the stream, subscribe, turn on notification bells as well. And if you want to support the platform, links in the description of the live stream, super chat, super sticker, or by becoming a member. Okay, but Baldman to Baldman, razor recommendation. I have the Harry brand hand one, and I use the crema cream. That's all I do. I do a straight razor. I also have a Whale, WAHL one, like the dry shaver, but the meshes are trash. It busts it up consistently, so I just started doing straight razors. Yeah, that's what I do. Anyways, friendly reminder that those people, the people that was chirping in the comments saying debate me, didn't call in. So here we are. I'm just talking to y'all right now. I'll make the call around. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people that I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. If you are a Trump supporter who regrets their vote, this live is a safe space for you. Oh, and I do want to apologize to the young lady earlier for the miscommunication. Thank you for coming up, though. If you're a Trump supporter who regrets their vote, this live is a safe space for you to come up here and express all the reasons why you decided to get up off the MAGA plantation. Or if you are a Trump supporter who does not regret your vote, you think he's doing a great job, you think there's something that I'm missing, you think there's something on my cover that you can use to defend the indefensible, you're more than welcome to call and request up on the live. I will give you several reasons as to why you're wrong. Oh, I'm not sure what happened here. 85, did you vote for Trump?
I did not, but I was muted in the chat for giving a razor recommendation, which was the Merkur 34C, and I just wanted to let people know that is not a slur.
Yeah, Jordan, why was she muted? Was it accidental? He may have been trying to mute someone else. We'll get that fixed for you. Thank you so much. We'll get that fixed. It's probably accidental. Boom, 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 boom. W's in the chat to Jamar for the $2 Venmo. Nigga, what? You know what? Leia?
Sorry.
You got a hot mic. Did you vote for Donald Trump? I'm not reading this. I want you guys to read it. I'm not reading this. Give me a second. I'm not reading this Venmo. You guys can read it. I'm not reading this Venmo. Hold, please. Hold, please, because this nigga's wild.
Sorry, I didn't mean to come up. I'm so sorry.
I got you. Can you tell the people to tap the goddamn screen?
Yes, please tap that goddamn screen right now,
That's what I'm
please.
talking about. Thank you so much, Leia. I appreciate you. Give me a second. I'm not reading this Venmo. I'm going to put it up for you guys. because I don't know what the hell is wrong with some of you. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with some of you. What is this? What the fuck does this mean? I'm not reading that. Give me a second, YouTube. I'll put it up for y'all. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Oh, hold up, YouTube. Hold up, YouTube. I'm showing y'all so y'all can read it too. I'm not reading that shit. What the fuck y'all are on, bro? What the fuck are you? What are we doing? What are we doing? Thank you for the 2. But what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? No, it's not a valid question, Jen. You stop that. Don't do that. don't do that. No. Oh shit.
Call from
Jamar.
Jamar, did you vote for Trump?
Fuck no.
Why you calling, bro?
Man, I just gotta tell you, Trump ain't shit. You know, the one thing I think about is that I think his name was Penny. He choked that black man out on he snuck up behind him and choked him out on the subway. You remember him? I think it was in New York. He was having like a mental breakdown on the subway, so he snuck up behind him and put him in a UFC choke.
Something was it something Perry? Something Perry?
Yeah.
Daniel Penny or Perry? Hold on.
There you go, something like that. But you know what Trump did? He brought the motherfucker as a special guest to the NCAA championship game.
Of course he did. Of fucking course he did. Yeah.
And you know, this last thing, man, I don't even want to hold your channel. I listen to you all the time. I just had to get a word out. But you know, the one thing I've been thinking, man, you know who he's worse to than anybody? He's worse to Republicans because he bitched them out so bad.
He really does. But I do have another call coming in, man. I appreciate you, man.
Part of their job.
I appreciate you, but I had a call here. 6,000%. Donald, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes. Are you familiar with the Carmelo Anthony case?
Yep, not here to talk about Carmelo Anthony. Did you vote for Donald Trump, and do you regret your
Fuck
vote?
that nigger Carmelo Anthony. That nigger fucking is a filthy pig.
Sounds about white. This is the clip I wanted to play for you guys earlier. That's the best they have is racism. They can't actually debate Trump's destroying of the country, so they just do that. This is the clip that I wanted to play earlier. So we're gonna do that really quickly. To the guy who called in before, I didn't mean to hang up on you. I just have to move on with the show. But everything you said is 6,000% correct. This is the clip. Oh shit! Let me go back.
I'm back. You wrote in a 2021 article in Newsweek about Christian nationalism that our rights and duties are understood to come from God. Isaiah 58:7 commands, quote, "Share your food with the hungry and provide the poor wanderer with shelter." Are you saying God was misquoted or wrong?
I'm sorry, what does that have to do with the question with regard to our
It's
administration?
morally wrong to facilitate the death of children. I think
We're not doing
everyone.
We're not doing that.
Like that's why I'm asking you to reach out to folks. But what I'm saying is, if that is a quote from the Bible, and I know you are a Christian nationalist by declaration, by articles.
Second year in a row that you've used that slander for
It's
me
not slander.
and
you think that's slander?
You and other Christians.
Do you think
involved
calling
in
someone a
public
Christian
service.
nationalist is a
Second time.
slander?
This is the
You
second
wrote
year
an
in a row.
article. Is there anything actually wrong with Christian nationalism? And now you're saying it's
You
a
use it
slander?
as-
That's
you
really
use it
odd.
as
I
a
don't.
pejorative, and it's the second year you've done it.
Would you agree that it is wrong, morally, ethically, or by your own admission, biblical standards?
Before we continue on, I thought his answer was interesting. But yes, he wrote an op-ed for Newsweek on March the 22nd of 2021, updated in June of the 11th of that same year. Is there anything actually wrong with Christian nationalism? So I thought it was interesting that he said, Oh, you've used that pejorative, that slander. I mean, yes, he did say afterwards, well, you're using it in a certain way. We're using it exactly how it is intended to be used. I thought that was interesting. Now trying to run from it. Thank you guys for the follows. Anyways.
Standards. Is it wrong to facilitate the death of children?
We're not doing that. We have adequate foreign aid for this.
You're not answering the question. Listen to the question, please. Is it morally, ethically, or biblically wrong to facilitate the death of children? Don't take anything else in context. Is it wrong?
This administration is not doing that.
You cannot answer a question. I mean, I
believe he answered the question. You just don't like the answer. So
no, he hasn't. No, Mr. Chairman,
literally
you can
didn't.
answer your own questions and get your own answers, but if he's not going to give an answer,
then move on.
Everyone else can figure out. No, I don't have to move on. I can ask the question, and if this guy is going to, one, say Christian nationalism is an insult, you might have some friends to answer to that one for, but to say the sort of stuff and not answer questions directly, it is morally, ethically, and biblically wrong to facilitate the death
5
of
minutes
children.
are up. Now recognize the chair. Recognize me.
He refused to answer the question. The USAID cuts very much did facilitate the deaths of children abroad. The ones who relied on the aid, 6,000%. And we encourage hunger with here in the United States with Donald Trump's senseless and ridiculous government shutdowns and the slashing of SNAP cuts, not due to mass amounts of fraud or anything of that nature, but just to kick people off. Make it make sense. That was Russell Vaught, and I don't remember the name of the person questioning him. W's in the chat to Angie for the $2 Venmo. My order did finally go through last night. Why are Democrats not asking more questions about where Mitch McConnell is? There was a leaked... Thank you so much, Angie, for your two. I appreciate your support. Thank you, Goldmine, for the jewels over on the YouTube side. There was a leaked audio. Hold on. Let me pull it up for you guys. There's a leaked audio of him. Was he talking to his doctors? What was it again? Here we go. Leaked dispatch audio reveals McConnell was unresponsive before hospital stay. Leaked emergency responder audio reveals Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell was found unconscious in his home last month, raising fresh questions about his ongoing absence. Yeah, bro. So I have a question, and this is going to go translate over to another Republican in Congress right now that recently returned after a ridiculous absence. Actually, the absence wasn't ridiculous. How they handled it was interesting. I'll go over that in a second. So if we're to sit here and to talk about Biden had dementia, Biden had this, Biden had that, right? And the 25th should have been invoked. We got to get people who can't function out. Where's that energy now for the likes of Mitch McConnell, who has been well documented for the last couple of freaking years to be incapable of sitting in his seat? Unconscious is dead fucking serious. Or what's the name of the other one? The other lady who was like 80 something years old, couldn't even talk right. She was hospitalized for some time. I don't remember what her name was. Where's that energy for them? And the freezing? Yeah. Where's that energy for Turtle Boy here? These people are literally dying in these seats for health-related issues. And it's one thing if, you're just old and whatever shit happens at the end, but it's another thing when it's like documented to the point to where you're not properly serving your constituents. You're not going to hosting town halls, so on and so forth. It's crazy. Feinstein, thank you. Here's another one here. Congressman says depression diagnosis caused months-long absence. This is Tom Keene Jr., a Republican in New Jersey, who returned to work Tuesday after missing votes since early March. His absence has fueled GOP worries about the late fate of his swing seat in November. Now, let me be super duper clear. I don't give a shit what party or what way you lean. Depression is a real thing. Mental health is a real thing. He explained his absence after avoiding to do so. Democrats have spoken specifically, and let me see if I can find those comments, because there was some criticism that Democrats had. But here we go. Rebecca Bennett, she is his Democratic opponent, said in a statement that she was relieved to hear Keene have returned to good health, but criticized his voting record and stock trades during his absence, as reported on disclosure forms. The Democrats' congressional campaign arm confirmed it will continue to run a digital ad criticizing Keene's lack of transparency about his departure and his stock trading. Keene's office has said he doesn't personally handle his investments. That's always their cop-out. Well, I don't personally handle it. I hire a guy to do the fraud for me. Wild. But yeah, if you need to take a leave of absence for mental health, 6,000%. I find the responses from Republicans covering for him to be super interesting. Specifically, Mike Johnson, this is his words: "We're all human. People get ailments. People have to fight cancer and terminal diseases and all sorts of other maladies, but they're still the duly elected representatives. They do their best in those trying times, and I think the American people understand that. I think Tom gets reelected easily this fall. I appreciate your acknowledgement of mental health when it comes to your side. When it comes to voting against the Mental Health Matters Act of 2022, let me get that number, HR 7780, 205 Republicans didn't give a flying fuck about that. Or the 20 Republicans who said no to the bipartisan Restoring Hope for Mental Health and Wellbeing Act. Mental health matters when it's their people, when they have to cover for Republicans. And to everyone else, fuck them." Wonderful. Fantastic. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense, bro. I did have something else. Well, we're just joshing here. We may do a restart. We may do a restart in a second. Oh, this one I want you guys to see. I'm actually going to play this one because this is super important. Because it's in relation to the SAVE Act, which the Trump administration wants to be passed, regardless of the 21st century Road to Housing Act that he's currently holding up. You know, the guy who ran off of affordability. When the bill comes forward to actually increase homeowners' affordability, he says no. But the SAVE Act, one of the things that was ridiculous about it is how it did not have specific enough ruling for how the states would regard their elections, how they would disqualify people based off of accusations of fraud or not being a citizen, so on and so forth. I had to change. Oh my goodness. July the 2nd. Guys, I had to change my voter registration address to my updated address here in Dallas. It has been over a month. I do not have my document, my new little thing that shows my registration. I don't have it. In fact, now that it just clicked on my brain, I have to go up to the fucking office and figure out where the hell is my document. I was able to just change my license address recently. Easy. Has your citizenship there, because in Texas, Real ID compliant licenses is all merged. So I can use that alone to fly without paying the $45 fee. And that's how you verify my citizenship. I have not got my new registration from the goddamn state for over a month. This is the funny stuff they keep doing with people's freaking elections. And we are close to November. So I'm glad I remember that. Hold on. I need to make a note. I need to make a note of this. Give me a second. I do not play about my fucking vote. I do not play about my fucking vote. I know y'all ain't backed up or nothing. Texas is a weird state, bro. Texas is a weird state when it comes to our elections. Friendly reminder, we gave up voluntarily sensitive data information, voter information, to the DOJ to vet who was legal and who's not. And again, we've shown or seen that the DOJ is grossly incompetent. I don't trust them for a second in how they're vetting who's American, who's not. So I need to double check that. But this is what I wanted to show, specifically in regards to poll taxes. This is a 91-year-old veteran. Not a veteran, excuse me. She's not a veteran. 91-year-old lady who wears her shirt, "This is why I vote." And I want you guys to see this. I want you guys to hear this because it's super important, because it debunks some things that people say quite a bit. Let me start this. Where's the audio? Let me start this over.
When we had to pay $2 or $3 to vote, and we only made $2 or $3, so you had to choose between eating or voting. That was the suppression back in the 60s. If you missed 1 year, they doubled it up on you the next year. I didn't have to pay because I was a veteran.
Oh, she is a veteran.
This is my exemption certificate, but I had to show it. So when they say you don't have to show ID, we've been showing ID since we started voting. So there's no such thing as you don't have to show ID to vote.
That is correct. So as a veteran, she had an exemption from those poll taxes. The other black people, they did not. And doubling up the next year is diabolical as well. Diabolical as well. But I play that to say this whole nonsense around not being able to show ID is ridiculous because you can't register to vote without your ID. That's how they prove your citizenship. And then once you're registered, you're registered. Unless you get denaturalized. This is the crazy thing about their argument. You have to show ID to get registered to vote. Somehow, some way, the Trump administration would be alleging that in between when you register to vote and afterwards, you could not have been a citizen after they proved your citizenship to give you the registration to begin with. And then you go on to vote. Unless you literally get denaturalized, in which case you weren't a citizen to begin with, and then you wouldn't have got the registration. What is the claim? What is the point of this? The SAVE Act is dead. It should be dead. And the Trump administration now trying to hold back housing affordability, refusing to sign that bill into law, bipartisan bill, by literally one of his favorite jigaboos, Tim Don't Ever Pick Him Scott, refusing to sign that bill into law over the SAVE Act is ridiculous. It's you walking back your campaign promise to reduce the cost of housing and everything else for the average American. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Why do you think it's so hard to get ID? What? What? Do you want it to be easier to get an ID? What am I missing here? Thank you guys for hitting 200,000 likes. I appreciate you. WCU. WCU. Could have anyone voting on my name in California? Oh, not that fucking talking point. Not that freaking talking point. The more I go back and forth with Trump supporters, the more I realize they don't understand elections. They don't understand what it takes to vote. They don't understand the differences in other states. It's crazy. It's crazy. They don't know things, bro. And they're proud about it. And they're proud about it. Anti-cases. I think we're going to have to do a restart. Because I was trying to go live for at least another hour. And they're just chicken shit. I'll do the final call. I'll do the final call before we do the restart. Trump supporters, if you have the testicular fortitude to engage in a conversation with someone who's probably smarter than you, and substantiate your claims on how the Trump administration isn't indefensible, feel free to do so. And to the Trump supporters who regret your vote, the request box and the call-in number on the YouTube is always open for you to come up here and tell me what exactly made you get up off the MAGA plantation. The poll just closed. So for sure, tomorrow tomorrow night at 7 p.m. CST, that is the definitive time that we're going to be watching the menu in the Discord. So if you'd like to join the Discord for the movie night we're going to host tomorrow, hit up the link in the description of the live stream on YouTube or the bio on TikTok. Click on the Discord icon, accept the invite, and go in there. If the invite for any reason is not working on specifically TikTok, or is your TikTok browser, open it up in your own browser, Safari or Chrome. Just copy and paste the link, open up in your own browser, and it'll take you straight to there. It's going to be a doozy. It's going to be a doozy. I'm glad you laughed at my ridiculous comment. What was your comment? Were you the one telling us about the guy that went to Cali and tried to register without proof of citizenship? No, it wasn't me, but I've seen that video. It was Rob Smith, wasn't it? Oh, that's you. Jamal, you threw me off, bro. You threw me off, bro. With that comment, talk about, are you hard right now? What the fuck is wrong with these people today? Yeah, but I've seen that video. where he literally, hold on, let me see if I can find it, just in case you guys don't. Smith claims voter California. We'll play that before I restart. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. It was Rob Smith, wasn't it? I'm not mixing them up, am I? And then there's still the investigations about people allegedly being paid $5 to do their ballot or whatever. Who did that? Who did that damn video? I don't think it was Rob Smith because I can't find it. Hold please, give me a second. Like, I know what y'all are talking about. I remember watching it, but I cannot remember the creator in the video. Damn it. I should have saved it. I should have known better. I should have saved it because it was super important. And there's been several creators who broke down what the hell was wrong. I think it was something about he tried to do it in the wrong county or went over to a different county or something like that. And his claim was false. Something like that. I'll have to go on Instagram and I'll have to find it later. I can't find it now. Those of you who've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. The guy literally tried to get a gotcha and he didn't understand how California elections work. You keep blocking the MAGA men and soon there will be no debates. I haven't blocked anyone. Well, I blocked that one guy today. Also, there is always a plethora of morons like you, my guy. Trust me. Trust me. There is always a plethora of morons like you. There's no shortage of MAGA men who have opinions. There's a shortage of them with balls who call in. That's the fact. There's no shortage of moronic MAGA men with opinions. There's a shortage of the ones who have the balls to actually call in and request up. As displayed by this entire 2-hour and 7-minute live. What are we doing? What are we doing? Better yet, all I have to do is say a particular thing, and that will make y'all call it. But I don't want to talk about that today. There's a thing I could say, and I just don't want to talk about it today. For example, you guys were really quick when it came to shitting on women. Earlier on the live, when we talked about E. Jean Carroll, they love the E. Jean Carroll stuff because they think they have gotchas and they don't know the case. They're really quick to sit here and protect pedophiles and people convicted, held civilly liable for sexual assault. They're quick for that. And then when it comes to the economy and everything else, they have nothing. This is what I've learned. The party of we need to stop with the social politics, the socialized warrior shit. Love it. They don't want to actually talk about economy. They don't actually want to talk about immigration reform. They don't want to talk about none of that. They just want to find ways to participate in culture wars. That's all it is. It's just culture war shit. I actually hate those conversations. I hate those conversations. I'd much rather talk about the fact that the man who ran off of draining the swamp literally created a swamp in DC. I'd much rather talk about the fact that the most transparent administration ever has had several interesting allegations made against their appointees recently, such as Kash Patel, specifically with his slush fund that he's alleged to have created to pay off employees who served his political agenda in the department that's supposed to be not biased. I more so want to talk about the fact that the $1.8 billion, roughly $1.8 billion weaponization fund, the slush fund that Donald Trump was going to create and use to pay domestic terrorists that was stopped by a court, they're still trying to litigate how they're going to go about it. And that ultimately gave him a sweetheart deal that's also still being litigated because of the legality of it. But he was given a sweetheart deal to where him and his family permanently can't be audited by the IRS. Actually, let's talk about that. I really want to talk about the fact that why does the president of the United States, why does Donald Trump deserve not to be audited by the IRS going forward? It is the IRS's responsibility to audit everyone. And if you pass it, you pass it. Why should Donald Trump be exempt? Any case, one and only, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
You're the guy in California.
Yes, I am.
Did we permaban this guy?
No, you didn't get enough money to do that.
I could have sworn we permabanned you.
No, Erica would know. You guys didn't permaban me.
Cool. Fix your mic. He ran first? Did we finish? Did we finish it after he ran though?
No, I did not run.
Because I remember putting it up. And don't mix me up with Erica. I think Erica definitely permabanned him, but I was questioning if we did, if I did.
No, I don't think you did, bro. And if you did, I mean, figure it out real quick. I'm pretty sure you didn't.
Shauna said we definitely did, and I don't like your mic anyway. I could have sworn we did. I could have sworn we did. I could have sworn we did. W's in the chat to... Oh, okay. Can I just... I'm just going to say BE. For the $20 Cash App, I enjoy your shows. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support, and I'm glad I give you something to enjoy. W's in the chat to you. I appreciate your support. You just like to lie to all your followers anyway. Watch this, guys. Watch this really quickly. I know I permabanned him, but just really quickly. Watch this. I just want to prove a point. I just want to prove a point really quickly. Because you guys know me. I'm a sucker for when they call me a liar. Just want to prove a point really quickly. If he accepts my invite. I don't think he did. He didn't. That's fine. All right, guys. I want to go for at least another hour. So I think we're going to have to hit that good old restart. We're going to have to hit that good old restart. So do me a favor. Do me a favor. Go to my profile. Oh, you got rid of him? Oh, all good. Don't worry about it. All good. Because I could have sworn he was permabanned anyway, so that's fine. I just love it when they call me liars. I love it when they call me a liar. And then I ask them, what did I lie about? And then they can never tell me. Maybe they'll tell me after the restart. So go watch my latest video. Give it a like, give it a share, give it a comment. By the time you're done watching that and come back, we'll be back for the restart. We'll run this for at least another hour. I don't think they have balls tonight, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see what testicular fortitude they're able to come up with within the next 60 seconds or less. I will be back, guys. All right, be right back. Alrighty, what's happening over on the YouTube side? I've seen a bunch of chirping over there. They are chirping, but you know, no substance. No substance. No substance whatsoever. Oh, shut up, Josh. See, here's the thing, Dre. I appreciate you, but they would just say you're biased, right? They would just say you're biased. If I lie, tell me what I lied about, right? But what is easier to say, you lied about everything, even though some of these Trump supporters have literally been listening into my live for the entire 2 hours. Some of them have been here the entire show, chirping, calling me liar, bigot, all this different stuff. And they'll never say how, they'll never say why, they'll never call in. And I just think it's crazy. Because if you got it, you got it, right? Right? I wouldn't be afraid of the truth. Why are Trump supporters so afraid of the truth? Literally scared shitless of it. Literally scared shitless of it, bro. Anyways. All right, we are back. We are back on the TikTok side. We are back on the tickety-talkie side. Shout out to some of my mods over there on the tube side. Shout out to some of my mods over there on the tube side. I appreciate y'all always watching out for the stuff that I do not. We're going to see what we get. We're going to see what we get. Trump may still be breathing in 2 years, but he may not be lucid. So I think that is a video that I can find pretty quickly. I can probably find that video pretty quickly of him literally talking to a hologram of Theodore Roosevelt. And then citing it on at a rally. Citing it at a rally that he talked to Theodore Roosevelt. But what about Biden? Hugo, did you vote for Trump?
No, but I kind of like support him. Yeah.
What do you support about Donald Trump?
Well, out throughout history, I'd say I lean more through the Republicans, especially nowadays. So him being the Republican nominee was kind of a no-brainer in sense of me supporting him. Like if I were allowed to vote, I'd probably support him.
It's a lot of words that weren't my question. What do you mean if you were allowed to vote? Are you a minor? Are you a felon?
No, nope. I'm not a citizen of that country.
Ah. What country are you a citizen of?
I'm a citizen of Spain, but I mean, according to
Go focus on your own fascists, okay? Go focus on your own fascists. Nick, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump? Am I scary to them? Am I scaring them? Genuine question. Am I scaring them? What is happening? You called and said your name and everything, and he hung up. I think I'm scaring the Trump supporters, y'all. Am I being too factual? Am I not letting them entertain their fifis too much? Is that the problem? Am I not letting them ramble enough? Am I fact-checking them too often? Woo, guys! I promise you, I'm not even as smart as Parker or Dean. So it's really fucking insane that you guys are scared of me. Oh shit! You're too good looking. Yeah, they are pretty gay. Yeah, they do feel a certain way about me. I can do an IOU for 20 to go towards a permaban. He's already permaban. Yeah, that's what we were litigating. We got it. Hugo, I speak to Americans who have significance in our elections. You don't. You're in Spain. I don't care what you have to say about American politics. You're in Spain. You know what? Hold this block real quick. The fuck? Fuck I look like going back and forth with someone not from here. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you are over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. I want to talk to Trump supporters. I want to talk to Trump supporters who regret their vote. That is what this platform is for, but that typically encourages Trump supporters who don't to call in and tell me why, and then I prove them wrong. And boy, oh boy, it's really not hard to prove you guys wrong. Something that seems to be dodged left and right. When it comes to the Trump administration and their actions is specifically the layoffs. And when I say layoffs, I just mean specifically the individuals such as Pam Bondi and Kristi Noem and Tulsi Gabbard, all these women who just got up out the paint after, quite frankly, doing what the Trump administration ordered them to do. God bless you. Granted, I believe Kristi Noem's reason was different, her husband and stuff like that. One of them came out to have, or their husband came out to have some kind of cancer, some kind of bone cancer. Which one was that again? I'm trying to remember who that was. Was that Tulsi? I think that was that Tulsi? Rare. Yeah, bone cancer. Yeah, it was Tulsi. That was her cited reason for resignation.
Call from
Nick.
Nick, you're on the line. Were you scared of me earlier, bro?
I'm sorry?
Were you scared of me earlier?
Am I scared of you?
Like, you called before, and then the second I answered the phone, you hung up.
I don't know what happened. I didn't hang up.
Oh, I didn't hang up, bro. I thought you were scared. I was like,
Maybe-
damn, I didn't
maybe
even
the
say
calls
anything
are-
yet.
I don't even know who you are. There's nothing to be afraid of.
You're right. I couldn't agree with you more. Dude, none of these people who are chirping in the comments know who I am, but they, like, refuse to call in. It's really weird. Anyways, you voted for Donald Trump, correct?
Yes, I did.
And you regret your vote?
I do not.
Why is that?
Well, compared to what Kamala Harris wanted to do and what Trump has done, I don't think there's a whole lot to regret.
Sure. Love it when you guys open up conversations as if we're in the 2024 presidential election and Kamala Harris has any relevance in our political landscape. But sure, what did Kamala Harris want to do that was so bad compared to Donald Trump's counterpart?
Let's start back with that again real quick. You asked me why I didn't regret it. I explained it, and then you passively aggressively make it sound like my reasoning is ridiculous. When we're talking about voting between two people and only one of them can win, and I say, well, compared to who the other person was, I think Donald Trump was a good choice, and you make it sound like that's a ridiculous reason?
Well, it can be.
Not off to a great start with your debating so far, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Good sir, the Trump administration has had a year and a half so far of implementing their policies that you can regret your vote on. But for some reason, every single time I ask that question, you guys go all the way back to the 2024 election. Your
Good,
regret
sir.
does not have to be based
You
off
asked
of
me
the
why I
alternative.
regretted it or I didn't regret it, and I gave you a reason.
Sure.
Just because he's been a president for a year and a half doesn't mean he's done things in that time that would cause me to regret voting for him.
Yeah.
So I don't understand where you're going with this.
Or at
Why do you
least-
regret voting for Donald Trump? I don't. Why? Because of who the other person was. Well, that's stupid. That's your reasoning?
I
That's
never,
your argument?
I never said it was stupid. That was words actually never came out of my mouth. Anyways, go
Yes,
ahead and
I
tell
know.
me.
I wasn't quoting you directly.
Got you. What is the Kamala Harris policy that you have contention with?
Well, first of all, she said she wanted to ban the import of AR-15s into the United States, being too stupid to realize that AR-15s are made right here in the United States, therefore do not require importation. She wanted to give free sex changes to illegal immigrants.
Hold on, we'll just do one at a time.
I think there's about
Let's
a
do
billion
one
things
at
we
a
can
time.
do.
Let's do one at a time. Let's do one at a time. So, are you saying that ARs are not imported into the United States?
No, they are not.
Okay. I actually don't know the answer to that. Hold, please. Imported into the United States. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Well, they are imported, but I believe
Standard
the
AR-15s are generally not imported into the United States for commercial civilian use. Under the Gun Control Act of 1968, the ATF restricts firearm imports unless they are particularly suitable for or readily adaptable for sporting use. Like I said,
yeah,
they are not generally imported.
they're
Therefore, her
reconfigured. That's
saying we're not
correct.
going to import them anymore doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it?
Okay, you reduce those imports and the reconfiguration of them, specifically the people who reconfigure them to be the AR style that we would try to ban to begin with. Not to mention, I believe as part of an AR rifle ban, there was like no mandatory buybacks. It was supposed to be voluntary. She also talked about she talked about stopping the creation of additional ARs. It wasn't just about stopping international imports. It was about stopping about the creation of them in the United States, if I'm not mistaken.
All things I wholeheartedly disagree with. 100%.
Yeah, sure.
Hence
Well, you
why
got one of her
I voted for Donald Trump.
You got one of her provisions wrong already, but sure. You're all about
Well, I
your
did
guns.
not.
You want a bunch of guns. Sure, cool.
I
don't really
didn't get anything wrong.
care about your
You're
position on
saying
that.
that, but what I said is
You
still
said
factually correct.
no. You
can
said
say
it
I'm
makes
wrong,
no
but it
sense.
doesn't mean I'm wrong.
You said it makes no sense that you wanted to ban imports when we don't get them imported, and then I was able to show that they very much were imported.
Okay. Standard AR-15s are generally not imported into the United States
Generally.
for civilian use. That's what I'm referring to. Civilian
Yeah.
use AR-15s. She wasn't talking about banning them for the
Okay.
military. She was talking about banning them for civilian use or keeping it harder for civilians to get them by banning the import. That's what I'm referring to. The civilian use ones are not
Sure.
imported into the United States.
They literally
So
are.
claiming she's going to
They're
ban the
just
import of them
reconfigured
doesn't make any sense.
by things like fixed stocks.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. I said AR-15s, which again are not imported into the United States for civilian use. This is not the thing I thought I was going to beat you on because you seem to be stuck on this. But again, AR-15s are not imported into the United States.
Very few AR-15 rifles are imported into the United States.
Okay.
So then some of them would
Very
still
few.
be important to the United States. That's all
So
I
if
said.
she was so
my
concerned
guy.
about guns, why is it the gun that is imported one of the least, or in some cases, not at all, Why is that what you would focus on?
Because
again,
she did
the
an
people who vote for
all-around
her,
ban. The
not all that
importation wasn't
intelligent.
the only aspect of her ban.
The banning of any gun being imported, I have a problem with, especially when the one she's claiming she
Sure,
wants to ban
but
is
get
very
her
rarely
policy
imported, but her
right.
supporters wouldn't know that.
Get her policy right.
I did get her policy right.
Sure.
No,
hold
I
on.
did.
Let me
Your
double,
inability
let me
to
double check
read
that,
or comprehend what you wrote
Trisha.
is not, or
I
what you
literally
read
just
is not my problem.
comprehended what I wrote. You literally just admitted that the majority of them, are not imported. So
Yes,
that would
the ones
leave a
for
section that
civilian
weren't.
use, which is the ones I'm concerned about, are not imported.
The
And
ones
she
for
wanted to
civilian
stop the
use are still
importation
imported.
of civilian
They're just
use
fixed.
AR-15.
They're reconfigured. They're still imported. They're just not configured to the military degree that you're referencing.
No, I'm not.
Oh my
AR-15s are made here in America for civilian use. Again, your inability to understand that doesn't make me regret voting for
I do
Donald Trump. It
understand
makes
it.
me
And
regret
I'm
that you
literally
have
looking
the
up
right
all of
to
this.
vote.
I want you
Because
to
you
I
sound
want
like
you
an
I
idiot.
want you to prove to me that no AR-15s for for civilian use are imported.
Standard AR, I'll read it again. Listen this time.
What are you
okay?
reading from?
Don't
What
say
are you
anything.
reading from?
Just read.
What are you reading from?
Just
Because
listen
you
for a
literally
second.
read generally. What are you reading from?
Just listen for 1 second.
I listened
Standard
for the
AR-15
third time. What
I'll
are you
wait.
reading from?
I'll wait. Just go into Google and type it in, and then you pick whatever article
Oh my
you
God!
want.
I
to tell me that
literally
this one
did.
is wrong.
I literally did.
Okay, so then you would know that you're wrong. But the fact that you don't know that tells me that you probably didn't do it all that well.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to deal with people as dumb as you, but I'm trying. You're not making it easy, but I'm trying.
AR-15s do not meet the definition of sporting rifle and cannot be imported to the U.S. unless they are reconfigured.
Cannot be imported into the U.S. Well, how about that? So she's
What
trying
did
to
I
stop
just
the
say?
importation of something
What did I
that's
just
not
say?
even imported.
I love how you just conveniently left out the entire last half of what I just said.
It's crazy that I was right and you're over there.
You're not
throwing a
right.
tantrum.
You're literally not right. I am telling you that the majority of them are not imported, so you'd be right in that regard. Any type of import ban would be for a very small sector of the AR-15. I have literally admitted to this time and time again. That was not the majority of her ban. You just criticized that aspect specifically, to which you'd still be wrong on.
She wants to stop gun crime, and her solution is to ban the import of
One
a gun
of them.
that
One of them.
generally is
One
not
of them.
imported
One
in the
of
first
them.
place.
One of them.
Therefore,
What were the other
idea,
aspects of her
much
ban?
like you, is
What were
very
her
stupid
other
and makes
aspects
no
of the
sense.
ban? What were her other
You
aspects
can
of the
keep
ban?
babbling like a moron if you want.
What was her other
I
aspects
would
of the
still
ban?
Right.
You literally were. What was her other aspects of the ban?
Yeah, so I was right.
Sure. What was her other aspects of the ban?
Who gives a shit? She didn't want to
What do you
ban.
mean, who
Or
gives
she
a
wanted
shit?
to ban.
You
the
said
import of
no.
AR-15. That
No.
doesn't make any sense.
You criticize that aspect of the ban as if that was the only way that she was supposed to get gun control on AR-15s or other AR-style rifles.
That's the
There were
only
other
part I
aspects
needed
of the
to
ban.
know.
That's the
She
only
said,
part you.
"I'm
So
going
you
to ban
don't
the
know what the
import
rest
of
of it is. So you
AR-15s,"
just
and I
don't
go,
like
"Wow,
that thing, and
AR-15s
you're using
aren't
that one
imported.
thing
That
to
sounds like a
summarize her
stupid idea.
entire ban. And then now you're saying, despite being dead wrong and everything you just said, now you're saying that's the aspect of the entire ban, and that's why she was like stupid. This is a really bad argument, bro. Really bad argument.
Well, it'd be a bad argument if you were right, but you're not, because I was right. She did say that, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
On AR imports in 2024. Support. Weapons, when subject weapons, suspending all assault weapon imports pending on ATF analysis. Yeah. Her platform explicitly targeted foreign manufactured AR-15 style firearms, citing that millions of assault weapons in the U.S. were imported from foreign countries. Yeah, that wasn't even entirely on AR-15s. Literally in her wording here. Favored using executive authority under Gun Control Act of 1968 to ban the importation of firearms not deemed suitable for sporting purposes, which we would have had, and that would just branch it off to other styles. You're just criticizing AR specifically.
I don't like any type of gun ban, but that's the one she specifically mentioned, which is why I
She
picked that
mentioned
one.
a few. You can't name anything else. Hence why you're nitpicking that one and you think that's the entirety of her ban, and you're then using that to
I don't
demean
think
her
that's the
entire
entirety of her
position.
ban. You're saying
I've been asking
that I
you this
think that.
entire
I
time to
never
give
said
me
that.
other aspects of her
I
ban.
never
I'm
said
the
that.
one who
Your
presented it to the
argument is so
conversation,
weak
and
that you're
you kept
telling
staying
me
stuck on
what
the
I
imports.
think.
You stayed stuck on the
I said
imports.
that
That's all
because
you did, bro.
that's the one
That's
she said.
literally all you did.
I don't agree with any gun ban.
Yes, I'm aware of the fact that you're a gun nut and you just want it to be open season everywhere. But you specifically criticize one aspect of her
Can
her
you show
ban
me where I
on
said I'm a gun
imports.
nut and I want it to be open season? No, hang on. You
You
made a claim
are
about me.
literally
Let's find out how you
against
know that.
AR bans.
Where did I say any of that?
You're against
Go
AR
ahead and
bans.
point out what evidence you have that I'm a gun nut and I want it open season everywhere.
You're against AR bans.
Let's hear the evidence.
You're against AR bans, and I take it you're also
Yes.
against her
Mhm.
other aspects of gun control.
Okay, and that means I am a gun nut. You're gonna have to describe what that is. and
Only
then explain
gun
how
nuts
that means I
care
want
for
open
the average
season.
American to run around with these weapons and have no bans whatsoever. You're an
You mean
AR
like the
gun nut.
Constitution says? You mean like the founding fathers said? Is that what you're?
What does the Constitution
If
say?
I go, maybe we should.
What
follow
does the Constitution say?
If I think,
What does the
if I say
Constitution
you shouldn't
say?
have the right to vote, and you say, well, the Constitution says I can. Do I say, oh, you're just a fucking nut?
What does
because
the
you think you have
Constitution
the right
say?
to vote. I'm a nut for
What
saying
does the
I can
Constitution
follow
say?
the Constitution? What a stupid, idiotic thing to say.
What does the
I mean,
Constitution
even for
say?
somebody like you,
I know you're
that was
rambling on.
really
Hey,
stupid.
hey, you mentioned Constitution, Bodie. Go ahead and tell me what Constitution. Go and tell me. Tell me what amendment.
What Constitution?
What amendment?
What amendment for what? The Second Amendment that gives us the right to bear arms?
Yeah, tell me where the right to bear arms in the Second Amendment.
Tell you the right to bear arms in this. What are you talking about? The Second Amendment gives us the right to bear arms
What does the Second Amendment
and
say?
shall not be infringed.
What does the Second Amendment
I know
say?
that's a big word, but I'm sure you can figure out what
What
it
does the
means.
Second Amendment say? Where's Brett when you
The
need
right
him?
to bear arms.
No, that's not the Second Amendment.
The Second Amendment doesn't say the right to bear arms. Okay.
Tell me what the Second Amendment says. 27 words. What does it say?
The right of the people to keep and, wait for it, bear arms.
You're not reading the entire amendment.
A well-regulated militia?
Good job.
Being necessary to the security of a free state? Show me where that means gun bans. Show me.
Can you finish?
Show me
can
how
you,
that
can,
means
Can you
gun
finish
ban.
the amendment?
I'm waiting.
Can you finish the amendment?
To the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. If you couldn't read that,
To the
you need me to
security
read it
of a
for you,
free
just
state.
say it.
My guy, you literally just said to the security of a free state. You literally skipped over words again. So I'm going to read it for you since you clearly can't.
Okay.
A well-regulated
Explain to
militia
me
being
what every
necessary to
American knows that the
security
Second
of a
Amendment gives
free
us the right to
state,
bear arms.
the rights of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Boom, there you go. AR bans, unconstitutional. Thank you for agreeing with me and proving me right. I appreciate it.
Oh, this is funny. Hi, Izzy.
I'd laugh too if I made such an idiot mistake as you. That's embarrassing.
So this guy doesn't understand the Second Amendment, and
Explain
he's a
it to
gun
me,
nut, and it's funny. So have fun,
Oh,
Izzy.
sweet. Yeah, no, I'd be more than happy to explain it to you. So,
Yeah, explain it to me.
okay, cool. Like if you would shut the fuck up, then I could get to that.
Well, I'll shut the fuck up whenever I want because he's interrupting me. I'll interrupt you. I don't even know who you are. Did he need to bring someone else in to help him because he wasn't doing all that hot? That makes sense.
No,
Two fucking idiots, but I'll take you both on. That's fine.
I'm his roommate. I'm his friend. Like,
Yeah, okay. Then get to your point. I don't give a shit about your gay sex life. Just tell me whatever you need to tell me.
is that the first thing that he jumps to? Jesus fucking Christ! Yo, actually, have you been singing in my room at night?
These guys
Is there something happening that
Here
I don't
we
know
go.
about?
Not making an argument.
Izzy,
just rambling.
You know what the funniest
just
thing?
rambling like an idiot.
You know what the funniest thing about this is for me, Izzy? These motherfuckers are more gay than you, the bisexual person. Why is it that you hear that a man has a roommate and the first thing you think about is me bending him over, him bending me over? Whichever way you fucking like it. Clearly you're projecting. You're weird, bro.
Why is it
Anyways,
that
carry
you
on,
needed
Izzy.
to bring
Carry
me
on,
help
Izzy. Shut up.
When I
Carry
called
on,
him
Izzy.
to debate you, and why is it that your boyfriend isn't answering the question? He's still just going on and on.
Literally about to.
Okay, I'm ready. I will shut my mouth. I will not say a word. Go.
So, what we're looking at here, right? Whenever we look at the Second Amendment, there's punctuation marks in there, specifically 3 commas. Those commas mean something grammatically. Like the grammatical structure of a sentence matters. The punctuation matters because it denotes what is a clause, which clauses are dependent, which clauses are independent. What is a thought that can sustain itself, right? The right of the people to keep and bear arms is not that's not an independent thought. Being necessary to the security of a free state is not.
I didn't. Hang on. I didn't hear that. Say that again.
No.
I didn't hear what you said.
So, the right of the people to keep and bear arms is not a thought that can support itself. Being necessary to the security of a free state is not a thought that can support itself, right? However, what is a thought that can support itself is a well-regulated militia shall not be infringed. That is a thought that can support itself. That is the entirety of the Second Amendment without the fluff. Right? That's what the Second Amendment is written about. It is about the well-regulated militia, right? And in every SCOTUS case prior to 2008 upheld that belief. It wasn't until 2008 in DC v. Heller where we see the individual right to own a firearm be upheld by SCOTUS. But even in that case, the only thing that it says you have the right to bear, like that you have the individual right to keep, is a pistol. That's it. For self-defense specifically, in your home.
And which one of those SCOTUS members admitted to going over several decades of precedent for that ruling up to 2008?
Two centuries of precedent. Yeah, it was Antonin Scalia.
That's correct.
And like not just that, right? But caller, I don't know your name. I just got in here.
His name is Nick.
Can you tell?
And apparently
Nick.
he likes dick.
Cool. Nick, who likes dick. Can you tell me effectively what an assault weapons ban? We're going to go ahead and use the 1994 assault weapons ban that happened here in the United States and was sunset in 2004 because Congress just let it run out. What it effectively does.
There is no such thing as an assault weapon. That's not an actual category.
Okay.
That's just a word that
Cool.
stupid liberals came up
That's
with
not-
to make guns sound scary. So an assault weapon is anything any type of gun that people want banned.
You said something that was factually incorrect, right? Crazy liberals didn't make it up, right? We can go back to publications of
I didn't say they
Guns
made
Ammo
it up.
magazine.
I didn't say that. I said something they
That's literally
used.
the words that came out of your mouth. Okay, cool.
I never
But
said
it
something
was-
liberals
it is-
made up. I said something
it is
liberals
something-
use. Take
it
the
is-
dick
it
out
is
of your
a phrase,
fucking
it is
mouth
something-
and pay attention
it
to
is
what I'm
something-
saying.
Hey, shut the fuck up, you absolute
Or
idiot.
what? Or what? Yelling at me to shut the fuck up like you and your little beta bitch boyfriend are going to do something isn't going to work. Okay? Don't tell me what I fucking said. You fucking
The
nigger
reason
lover.
why
Ooh, damn.
took no time. Well, that's the real reason he didn't support Kamala Harris. Aww.
Yeah, 'cause she's a
Look at
fucking
that.
idiot.
Aww. Look at you, little racist boy.
Homophobic person.
Aww.
Did I hurt his feelings?
Look at
Hey,
that.
jingle. Jingle.
I hurt the
Right?
fucking
Pay
little
attention.
nigger's
Pay
feelings.
attention.
Oh.
Pay attention. Pay
Oh,
attention.
oh no, Izzy.
Right?
Oh no. This is the part of the show where I tell him that his idiot brain's getting fucked by stupid, and he hates niggers so much because his mother loves them. So does his dad. That was fun.
That was wild. Jesus.
That was wild. Absolutely wild. Absolutely
Anyway,
wild.
I gotta get back to work. I'll catch you later, Hector.
All right, deuces, man. W's in the chat to Izzy. I appreciate your support. Oh, God damn it, Izzy. The funniest thing about that before you came up, he didn't even read the entirety of the Second Amendment. He went over it 2-3 times, and then I'm the one who had to read the Second Amendment to him. And now he's trying to argue with you about his grammatical structure. That's funny. W's in the chat to Izzy, guys. Shout out to Izzy. Shout out to Izzy. Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. His second point is irrelevant, but we have to stop him there. The shit he tried to bring up about Kamala Harris trying to pay for undocumented migrants' sex changes. That's the best they have. That's the best they have. Absolute fucking batshit nonsense and buffoonery. And all of their guns. Give me my guns. I want my guns. Blah, 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 blah. And then you guys absolutely supported Donald Trump attempting to infringe on your Second Amendment rights with his bumstock ban and the mere floating around of the idea that we can take away firearms from transgender individuals. Insane. Insane. Absolutely insane. He waited so long to say it. Yeah, it's just what happens when they're losing. It's what happens when they're losing, when they start to get uncomfortable. One of my favorite parts about those conversations is how quiet he got when Izzy was speaking and actually reading the text. He didn't have all this jab now when it was being articulated. All of a sudden, it was like, Any cases, continue to double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up to 15K and beyond. Show the algorithm want to be here. If you haven't sent your daily heartbeats, please make sure you're doing that as well. Share out the live with your friends and family. Repost and add it to your story. Let's knock out the finger heart goals. We have about 48 more of those to go. And of course, best way to support the platform is going to be links in the bio or a super chat and or super sticker. Or consider becoming a member. Mr. Tism, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
As a child. That is a child. Get your kids, bro. Y'all need to get your kids. So there's that. What? 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 Host had to bring in help, then hung up. Yes, I hung up because he had a slur, and I brought up someone who can better articulate the position that I hold than me. I know you guys are used to like one macho people where I know everything stuff. I don't know everything. There's only so far I can go in a conversation before I have a plethora of educated mutuals that I'll bring into the conversation. Because the goal isn't to just make myself look good. The goal is to spread accurate information about the things that you're saying. So here's person A who can speak this far into a topic, and person B can speak better on the topic. And my overall goal is properly explaining the Second Amendment, the merits of Kamala Harris's gun, AR ban or assault weapons ban. I'm going to include that person into the conversation. I know you guys think that makes me look weak. Sure, that makes me look smart. Let me tell you why. Because if I was up here arguing shit that I didn't fucking understand, like so many of you guys do on a daily basis, that would be the concern. There's far too many of you who want to argue shit that you don't know. I don't argue shit I don't know. I have my line, and then I go, let me get this other person in here. The fuck I look like sitting here trying to argue, I'm trying to think. Like all the intricate details of like foreign policy. There's only so far my shit can go. I can tell you Donald Trump is terrible at it. I can tell you that much. Specifically in the Middle East, 6,000%. But like what? This is my whole thing. Republicans like definitions and understandings of like masculinity and strength and wisdom is so warped. Absolutely warped. The things they view as weak in general, really and truly, is so warped. Intelligent people know when they don't know everything about certain topics. Literally. What did he say when he first came up? He literally said, oh, no AR-15 weapons are imported. I said, I asked him, are you saying that no AR-15 weapons are imported? He said, yes. I said, oh, I actually don't know that. Let me look it up. That's the first thing I did. I'm like, the fuck? I actually don't know that. I look it up. I see that he's wrong. I show him that he's wrong. He then recites the same thing. I said, okay, again, that's not what I'm reading here. What are you reading from? He repeats the same thing. I'm like, dude, I literally just looked it up. It has to be reconfigured. He keeps repeating the same thing. And I have the document here. What are we doing? Alrighty, I'm going to give it a couple more minutes, but I think we're right back in our chicken shit phase. So we probably will be wrapping up very soon. We'll probably be wrapping up very soon because they're literally not calling in. They're literally not calling in. They're too scared. They're too scared. You're arguing an assault ban. You don't know if that'll be good. I literally do. I literally do know it'll be good. That's why I'm arguing it. Less assault weapons in the streets for unhinged white men predominantly. Statistically, don't call it race thing. Statistically, to go around and use to shoot up schools, the better. What? What? It's kind of like when we talk about Mexico. Mexico has such a gun problem, a gang problem, blah, 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 blah. 70% of their firearms come from us. 70% of their firearm problems is because of us. We got them the weapons, legal or illegal. They get it here. Shit is crazy. Shit is crazy. But yeah. Anyway, Brett Cross speaks better to that than I ever could. That's his wheelhouse. That's his wheelhouse. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you are over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. If you are a Trump supporter who regrets their vote, this live is a safe space for you to come up here and express all the reasons that made you get up off the MAGA plantation. Or if you are a Trump supporter who does not regret your vote, you think he's doing a great job, you think his policies are infinitely better than Kamala Harris's, then you can request up in the box as well, and I can tell you all the reasons why you're wrong. And it's really not hard. It's really not hard. Speaking of, since you guys love this topic so much, can we just have an honest conversation about the average Trump supporter being a racist piece of shit? Do you guys remember Tuesday's live where the guy called in and said what he said about Kamala Harris, and then I said, if I call you a racist piece of shit, they would say I'm the bad guy. He said, why are you calling me a racist? You don't know me. You didn't hear anything that I said. Why would you call me a racist just because I don't like Kamala Harris? Do you guys remember what he said right after that? Do you guys remember what he said right after that? I want to see how many of you guys were there. We don't have much people in here, but I want to see how many of you guys were there. Tuesday's live. The guy who called in and said he didn't like Kamala Harris, blah, 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 blah. Do you guys remember what he said after I called him a racist piece of shit? Thank you guys for the follows. Those of you who weren't here, Homeboy said, I bet you don't like Chud the Builder. I love Chud the Builder. Oh, look at that. A racist piece of shit. Liking a racist piece of shit. How did I clock it? How did I clock it? How could I possibly know? How could I possibly know? What happens, guys, when you do this long enough, you can almost sniff it off of them. I can almost smell the racism. Kidding, of course. You can definitely hear it. The majority sentiment on people who do not like Kamala Harris, whether intentionally or unknowingly, is racism. Easy way to substantiate that. Why is it that Donald Trump can go on a word salad rant, but then Kamala Harris slip ups on some words and then she's stupid? Donald Trump isn't stupid when he rambles on. He's the smartest president. He's the greatest president. Same with Hillary. Where we can use a few gaffes, a few slip-ups, to completely negate their entire policy platform, their accomplishments throughout their career. But then the Trump administration, for all of his fraud, for all of his convictions, for all of the people who didn't pay, for all of his sexual assault allegations and civilly liable abuse case, where he was found guilty of, none of that matters in devaluing his character. But word salad, Montel Williams, Willie Brown, and what's the other thing that they consistently say? I'm not black, I'm Indian. All that stupid shit. It's because when you guys look at black women, you inherently degrade them and devalue them, even though your white counterparts are on the exact same shit, if not substantially more. Easy. It's easy to detect racism in the average Trump supporter. Ask them their positions on Ketanji Jackson Brown, Joy Reid, what's her name? Amber? Is it Amber or Abby Phillips? Michelle Obama. Ask them their positions on those black women. Jasmine Crockett. And what happens? They're ghetto. They're this. They're that. They're that. DEI. Yeah, literally. Strong women. Some of the most accomplished black women in the history of the United States, specifically in our government or political spheres, they consider it to be the worst of the worst. Make it make sense. Hey, Terminal, fuck off. I don't do keyboard warriors, and you've been keyboarding a lot. Too many keyboard warriors in here. All chirp, no bite. All chirp, no bite. They still call her Jumanji Jackson Brown. I'm not going to lie to you, Big Blah. Out of all the things I've heard her called, I've never heard that one before. I'm not saying you're lying or anything. I'm not surprised, but I actually haven't heard that one before. That's batshit. That's batshit. Holy fuck.
Yo, what's up?
Unknown, did you vote for Trump?
Absolutely.
Do you regret your vote?
Absolutely not.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, it's no reason to regret my vote. He's done great with the economy so far. We've done great as a nation. He's fulfilled his promises.
Are you joking?
Yeah, I'm not joking.
You gotta be joking.
Oh.
Can you give me one metric of the economy that the Trump administration has done great on outside of, I guess, what? Stocks. In which case, that's still debatable.
Well, I mean, I guess I have stuff on immigration. And no new wars.
What did I just ask you?
What?
What did I just ask you?
You said, give me one thing he's done good, the metric or whatever.
I said, give me one metric of the economy outside of stocks that show he's done good. And you completely went away from the economy.
Okay, so what do you want me to like talk about? Like I don't know what you're
I
asking.
want you to answer the question. You said he's doing well on the economy. Give me a metric that shows the economy has been better under Donald Trump.
I didn't say economy. I said his stuff on immigration. When have I ever said economy in that sentence? Also, he's fulfilled his promises.
Stay on mute while I run this clip back. Give me a second, y'all.
His stuff on immigration.
What's her name? Amber? Is it Amber or Abby Phillips? All chirp.
You said, give me one thing.
That's batshit. Oh, it's about right here. Holy fuck. It's about right here.
Yo, what's up?
Unknown, did you vote for Trump?
Absolutely.
Do you regret your vote?
Absolutely not.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, it's no reason to regret my vote. He's done great with the economy so far. We've done great as a nation. He's fulfilled his promises.
Are you joking?
Yeah, I'm not joking. Okay, so what does this prove?
You said he's done great on the economy, and I asked you to give me one metric of the economy that shows that Donald Trump has improved it. And then you said immigration.
All right. Okay, so you want one metric? I'll give you the inflation, I guess.
Did you just say inflation?
Yeah. The inflation's been down. So it's like, are you gonna like actually address my arguments or just keep running away from me? Like I'm a scared little girl. Scared little coward you are.
Sure.
Coward. Boo.
Yeah.
Stink.
I'm going to address your argument. Not a problem. Not a problem.
Yeah, address it, you coward.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to address the chat first. Chat. Before this guy crashes out and slurs and does a whole thing when I absolutely drag him, I just want to let you know that I appreciate every last one of you for being here, for tapping the screen, for sharing the live, for liking it, for subscribing.
And make sure you follow me.
I would greatly appreciate it if you guys take care of the Ashwagandha Fund. The links in the bio through Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo is what you can use to donate at 1 or 5 or whatever you have available to my Ashwagandha Fund that I have to ramp up on a daily basis speaking to the likes of these individuals. So if you like me, you want to send a hi, cute message, whatever, feel free to hit up the Ashwagandha Fund links in the bio or the description of the live stream. YouTube, Super Chat, or Super Sticker. All right, guest. What is inflation currently?
The inflation? I mean, it's pretty down. It's down already.
Inflation is pretty down. That's not what I
Yeah.
asked you. What is the inflation rate currently?
The inflation rate? Well, I don't know the exact numbers.
Cool. Do you know the exact numbers in the inflation rate at the end of Biden's term, January 2025, before the 20th?
Well, no. Could you enlighten me?
3.0%. So in order for Donald Trump's economy to be better than Biden, it would have to be below 3.0%, correct?
Yeah.
Do you have a secondary device that you can use to look up information?
Secondary device.
Or your
Oh, my
main phone,
computer.
I don't care. Whatever you use. I want you to look up what inflation is today.
I mean, I could search it up on Safari, but it probably won't log in out the app. So what do you mean search up?
Just quickly teacup out the app and look up what is inflation rate today.
All right, got you.
Do 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 do. I fucking hate it here. Do 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 do.
All right, what's up? It says 2.9.
2.9?
Yeah.
What month?
Month? Wait. It said over the past 12 months.
Over the past 12 months? So it's been 2.9 every single month over the past 12 months?
I mean, it says it right there if you want to look it up.
Yeah? Take a
Yeah.
screenshot of that and put it up on the green screen.
Okay. Okay, I got you. Wait.
Shut up, chat. Shut up. Let him cook. Let him cook. Let him cook. He just looked it up. 2.9 over 12 months. He's going to show us.
All right. Let me see. Wait. Can't turn. Oh, I don't have to access the camera, but you can search it up. It's 2.9.
It's the green screen option. You have access to the green screen option.
Well, no, wait. Oh, here we go.
Did you find it?
Oh no, it won't let me turn my camera. But you can search it up.
Do you need some help?
It says 2.9.
Do you need some help?
I try to click on my camera, sir. It says 2.9.
Okay. Let me help you out. Give me a second. Let me let up my backup account here. Let me put up my backup account here. So, what you do is you take a screenshot, and then on the camera that's slashed out, you turn that on. And then it's going to show you a green figure with an arrow pointing down. Okay? And then you click that arrow pointing down, and then you can put up whatever photo that you have there, like I just did. Like I just took a screenshot of live, and I just put it up there. That's how you do it.
All right.
Also, this is my backup account, guys. Follow the backup. So I want you to show the screenshot of that 2.9% inflation over the past 12 months.
Sir, it says I can't join with the video. I'm trying to explain this to you.
Okay. You said you had a secondary device earlier, didn't you?
Secondary? No, I didn't say that. I said I had to go on Safari on this account.
You have to go on Safari on this account. So you don't have a secondary device.
Not on me right now, no.
Okay.
No, it's running. I just told him to search it up.
So if I Google inflation today, right? It's going to show 2.9% over 12 months.
Yeah, it's going to say 2.9 in the past 12 months. It's going to say that.
And this was Googled, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh my God.
What keywords did you put in? I just want to make sure I put the exact same keywords in.
The exact keywords?
Yeah. The exact keywords. I just want to make sure.
I said, what is the inflation rate today?
You said, what is the inflation rate today? Are those your exact keywords?
Yeah.
Okay.
My exact keywords.
I want you to look at this. I'm going to put it up on the screen for you so everyone can see. Okay? That I'm putting in the exact same thing that you put in. Okay?
Okay.
So
okay.
let me put this up for you. Give me a second. Let me shrink some things. Chat, don't ask me no questions. Just let me do this. Let me put this up on the screen for y'all. All right.
Wait, so that
that's
the
no one
Second
can
Amendment.
lie. So that no one. I'm aware. I'm adjusting this. Okay. I'm gonna put this up. Okay. Here it is. So now I have a tab up.
Right.
I'm going to type in. What is the inflation rate today? Okay. Can you read what that says?
It says 2.9 right there.
Where?
It sits at 2.9 annually. It says right there.
Can you start from the beginning, you fucking dolt?
But it says 2.9.
Can you start from the beginning, you fucking dolt?
The annual U.S. inflation rate is 4.2, but it says 2.9 right there.
The annual U.S. inflation rate is 4.2. Meanwhile,
Yeah, but
meanwhile,
it says 2.9.
meanwhile, the core inflation rate, which excludes volatile food and energy prices, sits at what?
2.9, which I just said, buddy.
Okay. And which one of those inflation rates are relevant to this conversation?
The 2.9. Listen, I don't know why you keep screaming at that. It says 2.9 right there. I don't know what to tell you. It says 2.9 right there. Who's slow? It literally said it right there. It says 2.9 right there. So I don't know who's slow. I don't know. No one's strolling either. It says 2.9.
Your mother should have swallowed.
Call from
Marcus.
Marcus, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
No, but I'm kind of a supporter.
What do you support?
Oh Lord. Hector, I spoke to you a while ago. I'm not going to get into what I support. I just want to offer you an apology.
I don't care about your apologies. Apologies mean nothing to me. I'm not going to lie. Especially for people I don't know. People I know, you're genuinely apologizing for a wrong you've done to me, sure. If you're just a random Trump supporter or Trump sympathizer and you cuss me out, I don't care. I don't talk to Trump supporters to get like respect and sympathy and stuff from them. I don't care. You guys serve one purpose for calling in. You're how I run my show. Okay? I use you to either learn a lesson or show the world how stupid you are. That's your purpose. However you feel about me, apology you have for me is actually irrelevant to me because I don't care about y'all. I take that back. I do care about y'all, which is why I vote on behalf of policies that will benefit you, but I don't care about y'all's positions. When I have to sit up here and go back and forth with a kid, talk about how core inflation is 2.9% versus what real inflation does, the things that impacts the gas and grocery prices that everyone keeps complaining about, right? It makes me care infinitely less. It makes me care infinitely less. Put your apology in the chat. I don't care. Put your apology in the chat. I do not care. Debbie's in the chat to Sick Society for the $5 Venmo. White Guilt / Ashwagandha Fund. Yeah, it's been a while. The White Guilt Fund is empty as a motherfucker. Y'all gonna need that or a re-up on that shit. W's in the chat to you. And W's in the chat to Kieran for the $5 PayPal. Drag him by the hair and the truth. It'll get you a few strands of the former and you have more than enough of the latter to go around. Thank you so much,
delusional
Kieran.
liberals send each other money.
I appreciate your support. Lillian, did you vote for Trump?
I mean, I couldn't vote in the last election, but like I absolutely would today.
Did I speak to you before?
No, I don't like debate much.
Sure. Do you regret your vote?
Like, why, like, would I?
That's not an answer to my question. Do you regret your vote?
I mean, if there's no reasons to regret my vote, why would I?
Yeah, cool. It's a yes or no question.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, you couldn't have voted, so I guess you would just support the Trump
Like,
administration, correct?
yeah, if I could have voted, like, I wouldn't regret
Got you. And you
my
don't
vote.
regret your support. Here's a few reasons why you should regret your support. Donald Trump ran off of draining a swamp and literally created one in D.C. He is also currently obstructing justice for Epstein victims with the way he and his department has directly handled the Epstein files, including Todd Blanche as of today, who has violated a federal court order to give an explanation at minimum as to why he... Did she run?
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. Oh, she's back. Yay.
Dude, I'm a troll. I just couldn't bring myself to say I supported Trump for more than 2 seconds. It, like...
I think this is my cue. I think that's my cue, bro. I think that's my cue. Is that my cue, y'all? Hollow, did you vote for Trump? Nope, he's gone. Zero, did you vote for Trump?
Yeah,
How old are you?
I'm 18, but I lost my voice yesterday at a prep rally.
Year of birth.
It's
You Trump supporters talk about protecting kids. This is the same fucking guy.
From
Bill from Arkansas.
to
Okay,
accept,
not the
press
same guy.
1.
Bill from Arkansas, did you vote for Trump?
I did, yeah.
And do you regret your vote?
50%, yeah. For the other 50%, I'm still a staunch Trump supporter, yeah.
So no. Why is that?
I feel as though, especially coming up to July 4th, the last couple of July 4ths, when Trump was in office, there was this surge of Americana that just really spoke to me, and I've never felt more patriotic. I didn't go as far as I wanted in the military, but there's something about feeling really American, and it feels as though, it's just a really good feeling. And I guess a guy like Trump just makes me feel more American. Does that make sense?
No. What is patriotic about Trump?
Actually,
better question.
First,
Better
and
question.
yeah,
Better question.
I'm sorry.
What does patriotism mean to you?
It's the love of being from a place and getting to brag that the red, white, and blue is leading in this industry, this culture, that culture, and
Patriotism
I've
is
traveled.
bragging rights. You're
I'm sorry?
summarizing patriotism as bragging rights.
What else could patriotism be? When you're really patriotic, you'll put a flag on the back of your truck. So, I mean, that's braggartism.
You
if
think
I've ever heard
you
of it,
think
right?
brandishing the American flag is a sign of patriotism?
Sure, if you salute our vets and if you're just proud of American things.
I think it's performative.
Do you like cars? Because my grandfather is from Detroit, and we've just been deep in car culture, and we've discovered how much of Americana is really in some of these diesel engines, these big V8 engines. I mean, you've got to feel a little bit proud about your country when you're driving in a big Ford or a big Chevy.
The Trump administration gives me no reason to be proud of the United States under his leadership. He's quite literally
Well, sure.
violating the principles that it was founded on, specifically in the Constitution.
Then I'll put it in your language. Imagine if black people, I can't speak for you guys, but imagine if black people were really running this country. You wouldn't feel a certain way about July 4th. You wouldn't be out there shouting USA, USA. and bragging to the world that you got the best trucks, the best food. I mean, pardon me if I feel good about the fact that the U.S.
What
of A,
the actual fuck are you talking about?
Trump makes me happy to be
I
an
don't
American.
give a fuck if it was a black person in the Oval Office doing everything Trump's doing or Trump doing it. I would say the exact same fucking thing that black person, white person, brown person, anyone who spearheads the Trump administration's priorities, policies, is anti-American. If you're anti-Constitution, you're anti-American, you're not a patriot, you're just performative.
Well, look, there are many, many paragraphs to our Constitution. So if Trump has an issue with one portion,
He has
we
an
can't
issue
just
with
say that-
quite a bit. We can talk about the First Amendment, the
It can
Second
be quite
Amendment,
a
the
bit.
Fourth Amendment, the
And-
Fifth Amendment, the 10th Amendment, the 14th Amendment specifically. He literally criticized the Supreme Court upholding decades-long, centuries-long precedent that birthright citizenship is exactly what it is. He passed an executive order to challenge it. It was blocked by the courts. It was unconstitutional. Took it up to the Supreme Court, and even the conservative justices agreed that if you're born here, all persons born or naturalized, you're a citizen. Trump doesn't like that. Trump is anti-constitution, specifically on the 14th Amendment.
Well, sure, and I guess we're in agreement with that. But just like our Bible, our Constitution has things that we may controversially may have issues with. Some portions of it, we may feel like, oh, well, I don't like this part. Just like your Bible, just like your
I don't care about the Bible. I'm not a Christian. We're not talking about the Bible.
Cool.
We can talk
We
about
don't
the
have to care
separation
about
of
the Bible,
church and state.
but even-
There's a clause
Sure,
for that.
Sure, absolutely. Well, Hector, absolutely. But even your state has their local laws. Your state has a constitution. And some people, like my friends in South
State
Carolina,
constitutions
we
cannot
might-
violate the federal constitution.
Sure, but this is one man. He's a president. We still got a Congress, right? We've still got other international big head gangsters that he may or may not have to answer to. And we also have the American people that he has to answer to and speak on behalf of. So we can't treat Trump like he's just one singular person doing everything like King Charles XIV. He's really
I
not.
treat Trump as the singular person who's doing the destructive things that he's done via executive orders, rhetoric, or otherwise to the founding of this nation, one of those things being through the form of the Constitution.
Sure, but Hector, he can't do that without the cooperation of Congress, of the military.
He literally has
of-
been bypassing Congress. He's
And
in the
how long is
executive
that
branch.
really gonna-
Congress is in the legislative branch, which he would currently control if we're talking about the slim Republican majority. So when Congress puts forward something to stop something that Trump is doing in the executive branch, and most Republicans say no to it, Congress can't stop him.
Well, Hector, can I ask, is there any president that is worse than Donald Trump?
No.
Because considerably, well, maybe you don't remember George W. Jr. or George W. Maybe you don't remember those guys. Maybe you don't remember Bill Clinton being serviced in his Oval Office. And if you can say certain things about Trump's
I don't really
past
care about
with
his
women-
what happened to Bill Clinton under his desk is between him and his wife and the individual he committed it with. That's irrelevant to me, nor do you give
Can
a
you
fuck
say
about
the
infidelity, considering the fact that Donald Trump cheated on all three of his wives. I don't give a shit. We're talking about policy.
Well, as
Do
our
you
Bible
support the
says,
Trump
no one
administration
sin
when he
is
said we
greater
took
than the
freedom of
other.
speech away?
Well, the Bible says no one one
I
sin
don't
is
give
greater
a
than
fuck
the
about
other.
your Bible.
I
This is
get
a
it, I
political
get it, but the
conversation.
point still
This is
stands.
a
You can't
political
compare-
conversation. I don't
Sure.
give a shit about your Bible.
Sure, we don't have to get biblical. What I'm saying is,
Then
one
stop
sin
bringing
is
it up.
greater than the other.
My guy,
economically
sin
what
is
I'm
a
saying.
concept in your Bible that I don't give a shit about.
Forget the Bible.
So
Forget
then
the
stop
Bible.
bringing
What I'm
it
saying
up.
What I'm saying, okay, well, forget the Bible. What I'm saying is, Bill Clinton ain't no worse than Trump when it comes to sexual degeneracy. And George
I
W.
don't
Jr.
give a
and George
shit
W.
about
Jr.
previous
ain't no
presidents.
worse
I
than
give a
Trump
shit
when it comes
about
to
the
war.
current president, my guy. The
Sure,
current president
sure.
and his violations. The current president and his destruction of the U.S. economy in several different factors. He ran off of fiscal responsibility, cutting benefits, slashing spending, wasteful spending allegedly. Doge turned out to be a monumental failure, and despite the cuts to key American programs, hardworking American programs such as SNAP, Medicaid, and otherwise, we are still about to be $41 trillion in debt by 2027. $3 billion specifically in the hole from 2025. If he keeps up at this trajectory, $12 billion at the end of his 4 years. And even before then, in his first term, Donald Trump spent the majority of the national debt, 27%, in half the time, maximum time you're allowed to be a president. And no, the majority of it was not COVID-related spending, although he grossly mishandled that too.
Okay.
Trump is
I'll
wasting
respond.
money.
And I'll respond like this. Are you still alive? Is this any different than any other president before us? Are you meaning to tell me that this is the first time that our country's been in debt? We've been in debt since forever.
He is
Debt is a
worsening the
fiction.
debt after running off of fixing it. And has grossly inflated our spending, specifically with money that we're putting into Iran, $30 billion so far, and now asking for an additional $80 billion from Congress to fund it. And there's no resolution in sight, and the MOU was a monumental failure. We can talk about a large portion of that debt, the majority of that debt, due to the big beautiful bill and him giving the largest tax cuts, predominantly went to the 1% in United States history. We can talk about the tax breaks and bailouts that he's giving to specifically AI companies and corporations for investing here in the United States, which is being funded by you and I in rural areas specifically, and destroying our water supplies in dry-ass states like Texas, where we barely have the infrastructure to manage it to begin with. Those are all things that the Trump administration is spearheading.
Well, as far as water supply, look, we got 50 states. Are you telling me places like Flint, Michigan, and other places in America that bad water is a new thing, that pollution is a new thing? It's absolutely not a new thing. Listen, all these...
I never said anything about
about
pollution, but yes, his cuts to the EPA encourages that as well. I talked about the supply, the mere supply of water, specifically in dry-ass red states like Texas or Nevada. And the lack of regulation that are being put on these AI data centers that Donald Trump ramped up. He passed an executive order stopping states from regulating it specifically. It was challenged, of course. Thank you guys for the follows.
Before I go further, as a YouTuber, what's your position on AI? Because I see AI as a good thing.
AI with regulations is a good thing.
AI as regulations is a good thing?
AI regulated is a good thing.
Okay, well then, I guess we're in agreement with that. But I do
Trump does not
enjoy
support those
robotics
regulations.
that can do a better job than a human. Sometimes humans just need to do jobs that require
I
thinking
couldn't
and
disagree with you more. I'm so sick and tired of calling your average customer service business and having to go through a bunch of stupid robot prompts before I get to a real person. I'm fucking sick of it. It infuriates the fuck out of me because those things have the comprehension skills of a squirrel. Sometimes.
I get it. When servicing my Samsung phone, I get it. I go through the same things. That type of AI I don't like. But the type of AI I do enjoy is the AI that fixes your car and uses a robotic arm that I just got certain parts of my car fixed. They rolled out my wheel well perfectly after I had an accident. And it was a robotic arm. It wasn't a human. The only humans were just plugging in data. So sometimes AI can be a good thing. So let's not come down so hard on Trump for his use of AI. My
specific criticism of the Trump administration is how he supports the ramping up of it over prioritization of American jobs or the impact it will have on the average American job, and then his stopping of states, violating states' rights to regulate it how they see fit.
Okay, well,
And also,
well, then let's put it in perspective. I drive an Acura. Are you a car guy? Do you drive a vehicle?
I drive, yeah.
Okay, imagine knowing that your car, built in America, is so underwhelmingly put together with plastics and glues by humans. But over there in Japan, they're using robotic arms, they're using AI, and they're putting together a Honda that can spank
My
a
guy,
Hemi Cuda.
robotic arms have been used to create cars for some
God bless you.
time.
You wouldn't consider that AI? You wouldn't consider that artificial intelligence if they're using their own lasers and
No.
basically thinking how to fix your car?
A-
Okay, well, then we just have a
AI
different-
is artificial intelligence versus robotic arms and whatnot that are manned by people.
Right. Well, I'm in the car industry, in the tech industry. I am in the know that these robotic arms, they're just not arms. They're more than that. They use lasers and all types of stuff to automatically detect infinitesimally small decimal amounts of what is wrong with your car. And then they fix that small decimal, that 0.002.
Again,
that you need.
those robotic arms' ability to ascertain these and enact repairs itself, that would be artificial intelligence. That would be AI. The cars,
Right.
the arms, the existence of those processes in and of itself is not AI. They're
Well, then we're
programmed.
talking
They're
about-
ran by humans. They're on a
Okay, well, then we're not just-
cycle.
Okay, well, then we're not just talking about arms, like robotic fingers with arms. I'm talking about robotic appendages that pick up a piece of metal and break it in a certain way that when you put it in a car, it's perfect. So I'm talking about AI.
It's not
but I don't want to
necessarily
get
AI.
too far from the... Say one more time?
It's not AI. They may have AI
It is
now.
AI. It's
but
intelligence. Okay, well... listen, I don't wanna-
artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence.
So when a computer...
When it thinks on its own.
So when a computer detects that a metal bar is off by 0.01 centimeters, you don't consider that artificial intelligence?
What is artificial intelligence?
We don't need to do all that. Look, we're actually in...
We actually
we
do.
can agree,
We
but
actually
we're-
clearly do. What is artificial intelligence?
Are you asking me? Or are you
Yeah,
asking
I'm
Google?
asking you.
Artificial intelligence is when a computer uses algorithms and math and data and calculations to figure out mathematically what a more, let's say, human-like conclusion
You're talking
would
about
be
coding. You're
to a
talking about
pro- to a
algorithms,
problem.
things that all be programmed by human beings.
Exactly. That's why it gives a
Artificial
human-like
intelligence would have
conclusion.
a mind or thought process of its own to like course correct, to adjust without human interference.
As I said, artificial intelligence is when a computer uses mathematics to come to a human-like conclusion to a mathematical problem.
No.
Okay.
No.
Ask your Google what AI is. It's artificially intelligent. It's the computer intelligence, but it's artificial, like a plant. It's made to look like a plant. It's not a plant. Do you have any greenery in your home? I got a couple of fake plants. It's artificial. So I'm sorry. We're talking about two different things. We can bring it back to Trump, or you can just we can cut this short.
I
It's
asked
up
you
to
to
you,
give me
sir.
an example of patriotism.
An example of patriotism would be a guy with bumper stickers and flags on the back of his Toyota Tundra.
That's performative. If
Okay,
that
but that's
person
still
wears a bunch of
patriotism.
flags,
You're showing your support
if that
for the
person
country,
wears a
right?
bunch of flags but doesn't support one of the founding principles of the country, then it's just performative. If
Okay,
running
when-
around with a Black Lives Matter flag, but then in secret I say fuck those stupid degenerate niggers, that's me being performative. That doesn't mean I'm true to the cause of Black Lives Matter.
I got children in my car. Could you not use that word?
Why are your
listen,
children listening to this conversation? I had
Because
no
my
idea
children need
that
to know
minors
the time
were
they
listening to two grown men talk about politics. My apologies to your children. Why are they hearing this conversation?
So children shouldn't know nothing about politics.
They absolutely should, but this is an adult platform. We're having adult conversations. How was I supposed to know that you have kids in the background listening?
It's not a matter of you're supposed to know. I just thought you were a decent human being, and I thought you wouldn't use those type of words. But fine, let's use the N-word in front of my beautiful children. Fine, let's do it. My kids have to know what world they really live in. We got student council members in this car. You know what I'm saying?
How old are your children?
And I'm not going to start chimping out in front. I got a 3-year-old, and I've already said, let's not even talk about the kids, because I feel like the next question is going to be about my children. And as two grown men, I think we should leave the children out of it, if that's okay. I'm a bad parent for letting my
You
kids
brought your children into it by not only calling into this live with them hearing everything, but mentioning them in the background when I used a slur.
Sir, excuse me for thinking a bald-head black man who looks like a genie from a lamp might be decent enough not to use certain
My
words.
guy, the slur was used against me, my fucking people. If there's anyone who should be mostly offended by it, it would be me. It would be me.
Bro, if I got to explain to my wife why my children are using certain words, Hector.
Yeah, I would love for you to explain to your... God, I don't understand. Oh, God, I don't understand Trump supporters. Oh.
Hey, Hector, let's start over. Listen, I'm going to like who I like.
Let's start over. I agree with you. Let's start over. Let's start over. Regardless of your role in calling into a live where adults are speaking in certain languages used, because you've been listening in for some time too, I will take responsibility for slurring around your children. Did I know? Absolutely not. But I will apologize sincerely for slurring around the children I did not know were listening into this conversation. But I do want to start over. I think we should start over this way. Let's do something funny. Let's do something funny. And let's start over the conversation. Do something funny. Do you know who Jimmy Barnes is?
Name one more time.
Do you know who Jimmy Barnes is?
Jimmy Barnes, no.
Jimmy Barnes is a musician. He features in a song, and there's a specific sector in the song that I think is the funniest thing ever. It's about 40-something seconds. I want you to hear it. I want you to hear it because I think it's funny. I think this is going to help bring the tension down.
Oh, boy.
I think you're going to laugh. It's going to be funny. I promise you. Your kids are going to love it too.
What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Yes, sir.
Deb is in the chat. Amanda Panda for the $2 Venmo. You know this guy is the smart one in his friend group too. Hope you're doing well. Chat, visit the links. Please, love my Hector Shops merch. I wear it everywhere. Hope you're doing well, Amanda. I have to respond to your messages on Discord. I haven't responded to shit in a while. W's in the chat to you. And W's in the chat to Aries Diva for the $50 Cash App. I just can't. Neither can I. Neither can I. Big W's in the chat to Aries. Fuck. Big W's in the chat to Aries for clearing out the drop pool. Big W's to you. I appreciate your support. Big W's in the chat to her. I appreciate your support. Guys, anyone else want to support the platform, please feel free to hit up the links in the bio. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Hector Talks with 2 R's and Cash App and Venmo. PayPal, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the Tube side and you send a super chat, super sticker, or consider becoming a member. Why the fuck would you call in to this live that you've been listening to, so you're aware of the fact that I curse, you're aware of the fact of language and the topics that we're speaking about not being PG, and have this open conversation with me about it with children in the background.
Yeah, I think that's stupid, Hector. I don't think you should have your kids listening on this.
Like, it's one thing if they're 12 and up, because which I still, well, whatever. 12-year-olds, they need to know how the world works. I get it. But 3-year-old? He said his daughter was 3 years old. What are we doing? Oh my God. And you guys talk about protecting children? Get the fuck out of it. What's your name?
My name is Jordan.
Jordan, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, sir.
Do you regret your vote?
I wasn't old enough this time, but I just turned 18.
You support Donald Trump?
Yes, sir.
Do you regret your support?
I do not.
Why is that?
Well, I don't want to like debate about that. I'd like to debate about like why like I do support like his policy of like deportation and stuff like that. Can we debate about that?
Why are you a fan of his mass deportation agenda?
Yes. Exactly that.
Why are you a fan of his mass deportation agenda?
Well, I've seen it a lot because I'm from Texas and like I live like really close to the border. I've seen like a bunch of gang violence like in the cartels. So I think what he's doing is really good for our country, like keeping people safe and stuff, you know?
Donald Trump's mass deportation agenda is not tackling the problem that you're alleging the way that you think. We have studies that show the majority of people that he has arrested and deported have not been convicted of any violent offenses. Only 5% of detainees on record
even though they
shown to actually have a violent criminal record. He's only utilizing his gang member with badges force to go after innocent people.
Mm-hmm. Well, really, if entering our country like without going through the right process is illegal. So just entering our country illegal makes you a criminal. Just because they're nonviolent.
Federal misdemeanor. First time offense being a maximum $250 fine.
Sorry, you cut out there. What's up?
It is a federal, God fucking damn it, misdemeanor with the maximum penalty the first time being a $250 fine. You're saying that they're criminals just based off of improper entry. Would you consider every single crime the same that warrants the same response? He ran.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I'm still stuck on the dude with his kids in the back. Really quickly, I just want to say this. If there's anyone who has more of a right to be offended at the hard R, it's fucking me, okay? It's me. It's me. I say it to get a point across. I can't fucking say it. That makes you uncomfortable. That stinks. Imagine how uncomfortable it makes black people who were called it by white folks who enslaved them. What the fuck are we doing? I'm not saying you have to like it, but oh my gosh. Y'all, keep your kids out of these lives, please. Put some parental locks on your phones. Put them in another fucking room. What are we doing? Then I guess he was driving. He may have been driving, in which case I know it's not my fault. Thank you, Dahlia. I know it's not my fault. But still, it's like, that's literally on you. What the fuck are you doing around your kids? What are we doing? Ugh. I'm tired. Exactly, Aussie. So if a tourist gets caught jaywalking, MAGA wants them deported because they are a criminal. Literally the point that I keep trying to make. It's a federal misdemeanor. First time. Federal misdemeanor. We do not treat misdemeanors the same way we treat other crimes. But for some reason, every single person who just enters unlawfully, we just want to deport. We just want to deport. Mind you, it is fiscally irresponsible, for one. And the reasons why people are coming here, in large part because of the Americas destabilizing other countries, it is literally better for us to give them a pathway to citizenship. They're already contributing to state and local taxes. They're already fantastic members of their communities. They're paying into programs that they cannot pull back out of. If we were to give them a pathway to citizenship, we're increasing federal revenue, right? And then we can also get additional revenue, from like back taxes or back charges, right? The application fees, so on and so forth. It only serves us to give them a pathway to citizenship. And the only people it does not serve are people who are scared of the great replacement theory. Not scared of, who believe the great replacement theory. That's it. People legitimately believe that there's too much brown folks in the United States because white folks don't want to become a minority in the U.S. because they're scared of how we would respond or whatever the fuck. What are we doing? Why do they hold immigrants to a higher standard than the president? That's a whole nother conversation. If you want me to look at an undocumented migrant solely based off of improper entry as a horrible criminal who's subject to being scooped up in unmarked vans, being beaten and assaulted by masked agents, to be thrown in detainment centers with no legal representation, to sometimes be lost in the backlogging process, like what we've seen in Florida, Deportation Depot and Alligator Alcatraz. Literally thousands of migrants fucking missing. They don't have any records of them. Bodies showing up on some of the planes that were deporting them overseas, showing up on the shores, the trajectory of the boats. No one's talking about that. Thank you guys for the follows. If you want me to say because that person wanted to come here for a better life and didn't get vetted, and they should be subjected to all of that crazy shit, where's your fucking energy for the 34 count convicted felon? For the civilly liable sexual assaulter? For the man who's been found by SCOTUS, ruling body of the land of the Constitution, time and time again, to have been violating the law by even his conservative peers. If that's what you want me to say, fuck what happens to that undocumented migrant, fuck his family, fuck his kids, fuck his tax, fuck everything, because of improper entry, then imagine what the fuck you think I'm gonna say about what I want to happen to the president of the United States. But they take my platform down for that. Just going by your logic, if that's how you want me to treat undocumented migrants, that's how you want me to justify what's happening to them. Imagine how the fuck I would treat the president of the United States if there weren't cameras. Goodness gracious, man. Stop watching CNN. You have no facts. You're an idiot. Cool. Tell me what I said wrong. Also, you've been chirping for a bit. I went ahead and made that permanent. There's a call-in number for you, bro. Come up here. Share. You guys have a whole lot of mouth as to how stupid I am. This motherfucker called in and said, patriotism is a flag. Patriotism is American parts in our cars. What the fuck? That's literally... This is their definition of patriotism is fluff. Do you guys understand that they think it's more patriotic to I'm trying to think of a good example. Trump supporters think it was more patriotic to host the UFC event for Donald Trump's birthday on the White House lawn. They think that's more patriotic than, say, the Biden-Harris administration announcing that they used the bargaining power of 60 million Americans on Medicaid to negotiate down drug prices to being no more than $2,000 a year for 10 life-saving substances, or a $35 cap on insulin and inhalers. They think the UFC event was more patriotic than the president of the United States and his vice president working on behalf of American affordability with increasing costs to healthcare. Isn't that fucking crazy? Isn't that crazy? They think it was more patriotic for Donald Trump to do what he did in the reflecting pool versus, let's see, Biden in the PACT Act. Fucking insane. Like, y'all got patriotism. Y'all got patriotism fucked up. Better yet, we talked about this, Erica and I, on the Fun and Fact show yesterday. Stephen Miller talking about citizenship, and all these perverse ways that these criminals and everything was coming over here, blah, 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 blah. People born here, you being born here doesn't make you patriotic. You being American by document doesn't make you patriotic. I know fucking immigrants. I know immigrants that are more patriotic than the average American. People who love this country, people who can pass their fucking civics tests and answer questions, basic questions like what are the 3 branches of government? More than the average Trump supporter. But they want to talk to me about patriotism in American cars, and I'm tired. Dub is in chat to Sick of Society for the $3 Venmo. I'll rub your lamp. I hate you. LMAO, sorry, but seriously, why the fuck did the caller say that? I don't know, Sick of Society. This is a reference to the genie thing that caller with the kids in his car said. I know. I got what it was. I understood what you're... I know. I know. I know. Oh, man. What's patriotic about starting a war that kills servicemen that you're using to enrich yourself? I'm so glad you brought that up. Because I think I'm going to end here. If we get a call, I'll do one more. I'll do one more. If you guys want me to do one more, we'll do one more. So phone lines are open and the request box is open. But I'm just going to say to that, I bring this up consistently, that the Iran war and Donald Trump starting it, I would argue is unpatriotic as fuck because it was built off of a lie. The lie of Iran having a nuclear weapon and nuclear ambition, the threat of ambition, as Pete Hegseth would call it. One of the most gross things about how we started that war is we were planning it for months beforehand. Confirmed by Hegseth, Trump, and the like. It was confirmed. We planned that shit months before February 28th. But we still tried to negotiate with them in good faith on February 26th. We had a successful meeting with them February 6th, but we still blew them up 2 days afterwards. Okay? Keep that in mind. And they admitted we were planning this all along. The service members that died in the region, why weren't they given an evacuation order? Why couldn't we get them out before we struck on the 28th? I really need people to sit with that. This was on the books. This was going to happen. We couldn't get some of our people out of the blast radius at minimum. At minimum. We let them know after the bombs drop, we'll get you out of here now. And you planned this for months, and there was no thought whatsoever in the president's mind. Hey, they could respond by closing the Strait of Hormuz. We should have additional forces go to the strait and secure it. No one thought about that. They just thought, bomb, bomb, bomb. It's literally, it's childish. When you actually think about the thought process of these people, it's fucking childish. And once it really resonates with the average person that the Trump administration is a bunch of fucking babies, a bunch of kids who just want to show force, who just want to look strong versus actually be strong, who just want to look smart instead of actually being smart, it's frustrating. I just want to remind everyone, I had hair before I started debating Trump supporters. I had a full head of fucking hair before I started debating Trump supporters. Because to think about how stupid this shit is every day, and the 77 million people who voted for it, is insane. It's fucking insane. This is why I take my ashwagandha, bro. This is why I take my fucking ashwagandha. God. Devin, one of my YouTube mods said, "Thank you for making Jimmy Barnes screaming a part of your live." Bro, it's my favorite sound. It's one of my favorite sounds. It's the funniest shit to me. It's the funniest shit to me. Jimmy Barnes screaming gives me life. Oh, man. Guys, if you're not following me, hit that follow button in the top left corner. We are live every Saturday after 3 p.m. CST and randomly throughout the week. Don't worry about the shares. We're about to end. But I would appreciate it if we knocked out these roses. If we can get these roses knocked out, I would greatly appreciate it. Send your daily heartbeats if you haven't already. For only $1 a week, you become a fan club member, and you can do several cool things when you become one, such as sending these stickers here. We have a few stickers. My personal favorites. Some of my personal favorites are the
God bless you.
The Pivot Patriots, because we had quite a bit of pivoters today. Thank you guys for the roses. Appreciate you. There's several other ways you can support me. On TikTok, you can become a super fan. On YouTube, you can become a member of the platform called an ally. And the same thing in Discord, you can subscribe directly to Discord. Discord is free, but you can subscribe. I personally prefer, if you are here on TikTok, that you don't become a super fan. It costs too much money. I don't get enough of it compared to the other platforms, and they literally cut your perks from what it used to be. But if you got it like that, thank you guys for the follows. If you got it like that, by all means. But I personally prefer that you subscribe to the Discord or the YouTube. Follow me on all the social media platforms. I'm currently on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. We're working on dual streaming for triple streaming, I guess, for tri-streaming. For Instagram, I just have to get a new computer. Ooh, that's what I wanted to show you guys. Hold on. Hold, please. You guys need to see this. You guys need to see this. So I have, I keep a lot of things in my cart and in my save for later of my Amazon cart. And one of the interesting things, if you're like me, you like to go back in there every now and then and you just check it. Just because. You just check it to see the price adjustments, right? So I had a few things in my cart, and I just want to show you the increases that took place over the last couple of days. Okay? Okay? And some of this shit is random. It's been there for years, so it's not always going to make sense. But here we go. I want to show you guys this. YouTube, you can't see it. I apologize. So one of them is this booster that I was trying to get in the gym to help with peak potential. This was a few days ago. It went from $29.24 to $41.98. I don't know why. It just did. Here's the computer that we're going to get so that we can get to the tri-streaming that I've had in my cart. $1,968. That shit went to $2,478. I don't know why. What the fuck is this? Oh, yeah, this is when I used to try to keep my hair. This is a shampoo. It's like a DHT blocking shampoo, and it's good for hair restoration. I used to take this, do it every single day when I was caring about bringing back my hair. I just had it in my cart. Anyway, this went from $116 to $155. Right? I thought we were boycotting Amazon. Are we? Are we? I don't know. I have no idea. I find that to be next to impossible. But yeah, I support boycotts. There's another one. I have another one here. I think I have two more other things. Is this it? Is this the one? This may be the one. Oh, okay. Well, just one extra thing. This one's not so bad. This actually leads to a funny story. These are replacement batteries. I currently have a lawnmower and it's electric. I hate it. I'll get into that in a second. I have a lawnmower and it's electric, and these are replacement batteries for it because the one battery is not enough. This only went up by $2. But anyway, this just randomly happened over the last few days. Do you know what happened over the last few days? Take a wild guess, guys. Tell me what happened over the last couple of days. Specifically in regards to what we were literally just talking about overseas. What happened? Petition to permanently ban Jason across all platforms since all they do is chirp and never call in. Yeah, sure, whatever. I just did it. We're not gonna perma ban him. Not just yet, but I just silenced him. You can call in. I can call in. Yeah, straight closed. MAU is basically dead in the water. Basically, they still say it can come back, but it's basically dead. Lebanon strikes of Israel. Yeah. That alone changed those prices drastically that I just showed you. So all you guys who talk about the economy is better, Trump winning, blah, 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 look at your fucking wallets. Look at the actual cost of shit. And I swear to God, if one more Trump supporter brings up some shit about eggs are down, eggs are down. Speaking of, I actually have a video on that too. Hold please. I have a video on that. Let me see if I can find it. This shit made me laugh. And if you know me, you know why. I'm about to show you. This shit made me laugh. I really need y'all to see this. I need y'all to see why what I do is so goddamn frustrating. Hold on. Did I delete my source? I did delete my source. Give me a second. I'm going to put it up on the screen because I need y'all to see this. Chicken is not down. No, the fuck it ain't. No, the fuck it ain't. Shit. All right. So I put up the wrong one. But yeah, we'll do this final call. Trump supporters request up in the box. Thank you guys for hitting 100K. You're the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you may call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. So this is what I want y'all to see, okay? Because I had a field day with this. I laughed my ass off when I read this shit. Not read. Oh my goodness. Listen to it. All right, we're in the final segment of the show. I'm going to set, hold on. I'm going to set a big ass gift for no reason. If y'all hit it, y'all hit it. If you don't, I understand. Mel and Shauna, don't touch it. But I'm going to set a big ass gift. And if you want to send it, feel free to. If not, I get it. Okay, this is the video. Let me expand it.
God bless you.
I want you guys to laugh with me. Thank you, Aries, for the roses. I appreciate you. I want you guys to laugh with me. Let me start it over.
For billions of eggs. Remember when egg prices spiked last year? Turns out it wasn't inflation. 3 major egg producers, Cal-Maine Foods, Versova, and Hickman's Egg Ranch, have reached a $3.3 million settlement with the Justice Department in 17 states. Officials accused them of a secret arrangement to artificially inflate daily egg prices between 2022 and 2025. An investigation revealed that the companies coordinated a bidding scheme to manipulate the national index that controls what grocery stores and restaurants pay for billions of eggs. By allegedly rigging the data, they directly drove up wholesale costs, forcing grocery stores, restaurants, and everyday consumers to pay the price. Average U.S. egg prices soared to a record high of about $6.23 per dozen in March 2025. Egg producers blamed a severe bird flu outbreak that forced farmers to slaughter millions of egg-laying chickens for the skyrocketing prices. But critics accused the corporate giants of weaponizing their market dominance to gouge consumers, triggering a government investigation. Under the deal, none of the companies admitted wrongdoing. However, to settle the state's claims, the egg producers will be on the hook for $3.3 million and 53 million eggs. The money will be distributed to the states and the eggs donated to nonprofits and food banks. The settlements still need court approval. The Justice Department said Tuesday that the proposed settlements, quote, resolve years of conduct that dragged on Americans' finances and their everyday lives.
Shout out to
Remember
Aries.
when egg prices...
Shout out to Aries. Thank you so much, Aries, for knocking out that racing car. Shout out to Aries for clearing out the racing car. I appreciate your support. I have 2 words. I have 2 words. 2 words. That's it. I want to see if you guys know what those 2 words are really quickly. What was that? What was that we just played? 2 words. 2 words. I'm going to give it 15 seconds before I give you a hint. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Thank you, Survive the Unspeakable. Price fucking gouging. Price fucking gouging. Do you guys remember when Kamala Harris ran off a federal price gouging ban to prosecute the corporations who are unjustly and artificially inflating prices of their goods and services outside of regular supply and demand pressures and profit margins? And do you guys remember what they said about her? That fucking commie bitch. That commie bitch. She's trying to control the prices. This is communism. They even went as far. I literally debated Trump supporter after Trump supporter who literally said price gouging is not a thing. They said that it is insignificant. Most of them said it's insignificant, but some went as far as to say it wasn't even a thing in the United States. That's just what people say, blah, blah, blah. They have to make money. People said that it barely happens. How many states did this investigation reveal? How many companies? Mind you, was it 3 million that they said for the settlement? 3 million is insane. Give me a second. Let me double check this. Was it 3 million?
They directly drove up wholesale costs,
I don't remember if it's 3 million or 3 billion.
forcing grocery stores, restaurants, and 23 cents per egg. Egg producers blamed a severe burn for millions of egg-laying chickens for the skyrocketing prices. But critics accused the corporate giants of weaponizing their market dominance to gouge consumers, triggering a government investigation. Under the deal, none of the companies admitted wrongdoing. However, to settle the state's claims, the egg producers will be on the hook for $3.3 million and 53 million eggs.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so it was 3.3 million. I don't think that's enough. I think that's bullshit. And they're donating a shit ton of eggs. Okay, cool. I think that's bullshit. I think that's absolutely fucking bullshit. When corporations play a role in trying to jack up prices and harming Americans, literally making it more difficult for them to eat necessary proteins and things that they need for their everyday lives, I don't think you should be allowed to be even given a fucking settlement. That's the first thing. They should have not been allowed to settle at all. And if they were going to settle, only for 3.3 million? I don't give a fuck how many eggs you donate to offset the harm that you cause to people. Fuck you. That should not be in a deal. And I'm not. And to be clear, this isn't a Trump issue, because the Justice Department under any administration in the past probably would have given them some kind of deal. Maybe it wouldn't have been as sweet, but I'm not going to speculate that. They probably would have gotten some form of deal under either administration. So this isn't necessarily an administration thing that I'm criticizing. I'm just pointing out the fact that Kamala Harris brought this to people's light, and they said it was bullshit. They said she was lying. They said she was price controlling. Now look, Trump's Justice Department is going after the very same fucking thing that they said wasn't happening. Mind you, Donald Trump several times last year also talked about price gouging, and then everyone supported it, right? When it came to the tariffs, Donald Trump implementing those tariffs, corporations responded to the tariffs by jacking up their prices before the tariff even was through, right? In anticipation for it. And then some of them did it justly, and then Trump went to Truth Social. Listen to me, guys. This is their strong president. Trump went to Truth Social and posted, "Hey, don't you do that. Don't you do that. Don't bring up the prices. Don't bring up the prices. Hey, you can eat the cost. You can eat the cost. Don't harm Americans." You implement the blanket policy that jacks up the prices. There is no regulation that stops them from doing so. Better, in many cases, you would encourage it. And then you make a little cry on social media to stop them. Just stop it. Don't do it. Don't do it. They didn't do it. You and I, we paid the majority of those costs. The average family, $1,700 additionally last year because of his tariffs. Then he did it again this year with the oil prices. Hey, we really don't get much from the Strait of Hormuz. Why are these prices going up? Don't bring up the prices. Don't bring up the prices. I'm seeing Republicans say price gouging when that was a dirty word in 2024 when Kamala Harris was saying it. And it just shows the hypocrisy. It shows the hypocrisy. Black woman says it, she's this, she's that. It's irrelevant. He says it, it holds weight. Jesus, man. Yeah, I gotta laugh, bro. Hey, Hector, are you and Santana cool? Why would we not be? Is there something I don't know? The fuck? Better yet, it's irrelevant to the conversation, my personal relationship with creators. But no, I have that nigga's number. I texted him the other day. What the fuck are we talking about? Anyways, made me lose my train of thought. Y'all are weird. Y'all are really weird. Y'all are really weird. All this shit that I'm saying, and you sitting here worried about personal relationship with other fucking creators. I told y'all I'm gonna lose followers today. Anyways, It only mattered when Trump said it. No one cared about the merit of Kamala Harris's arguments. No one cared about the policies she actually implemented to address said issues. But now that Trump's on the scene, Trump's doing it. No, he's not doing it really, but yeah. Who are we gonna raid? Who are we going to raid? Who are we going to raid? Is Erica still alive? Is Erica still alive, y'all? Let's see. Let's see. YouTube, you guys are going to raid. Yeah, she's still alive. Okay. You guys are going to raid Erica. TikTok, do the same. TikTok, do the same. Let's go raid Erica. Let's go raid Erica. YouTube, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate y'all's likes, your shares, your comments, your subscriptions, your super chats, your super stickers, and your memberships. You guys are going to rate Erica. All greatly appreciated. I appreciate every last one of you. Shout out to my mods, some of the hardest working mods on the platform. Those of you who are going to go to Erica's live, just stay right here. The second I end this one, it's going to automatically take you over there. And that is correct, Wizard. Thank you so much. Not the second. Do it now. Like the stream before it ends. Like the stream before it ends. You just got here, Bree? Well, you got to go to Erica's now. We're ending. I've been live for going on 4 hours. You late. All right, YouTube. Go show Erica's my love and support. I will see y'all.